Good Friday morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today, honey? I hope y'all gonna have a good weekend. Hey, Kings, me the girl. Happy Friday. Hey, Renee 19. So, y'all, we gotta talk. Hey, Natasha, how you doing? I hope y'all have a good weekend. So, anyway, Porch Watchers, girls, we have to talk, honey. There's so much going on in Black Hollywood right now. I said, let me go on, get on here, because it's Friday, child. Ooh, even though nobody don't appreciate it, honey, YouTube don't even appreciate my videos no more, okay? I get shown no monetary love, but that's all right. Nevertheless, it is, or whatsoever it is, okay? Because we're going to talk about this morning, okay? Hey, Nita M, hey, Kiatron. We got so much to talk about, so if y'all at work, honey, put your headphones on. If you in the car, turn it up. If you cleaning the house, turn it up, because, honey, I got something to talk about this morning. We're going to talk about it all. We're going to play some audio. Hey, it's a Smart Show. How you doing? And so, yeah, City of Truth, how you doing? Hey, Sarah, girl. Hey, girl, hey. So, anyway, y'all, look. I don't know if y'all remember this. Hold on, let me switch my phone chat for a minute so I can see what's going on with y'all, okay? So I can speak to everybody. Because what you see on StreamYard is different, Oh, thank you, Natasha. Natasha said she was thinking about me earlier. Thank you, girl. Sometimes what you see on StreamYard is different from what you see on your screen on the phone. So I'm going to give me a second. So anyway, while I'm switching the phone, because y'all know I'll be having problems with audio, right? So do y'all remember, I guess it's been going on for a couple of years now. Y'all remember when Monique was upset and she was coming in? I might play a little bit of my video. When Monique was upset with Tyler Perry, y'all get to wonder if y'all remember when she was upset with Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lee Daniels, okay? And she has been going at Oprah's neck for a while now, because Oprah did her wrong when Oprah had Monique's family on her show, talking about Monique and Monique being molested by her brother and all this and all that. After she had asked Monique, would she come on the show with him? And Monique said, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk about that, right? Honey, she went and did it anyway. And ever since then, thanks, Kingsmina, AKM. And, she went on and did it anyway. So Monique feel like she has been done wrong, by Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels, but especially Oprah. But when it comes to Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels and Oprah, they had her blackballed allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly. Yeah, everything here is alleged, okay? Yeah, she can't let it go. You know what I mean? Because she wants justice. You know what I mean? They had her blackballed from Hollywood, saying she hard to work with. Not only her, but her husband as well. And she's been really, fighting for justice ever since. Not only with that, she got into it with Netflix because she didn't feel like she was being paid her worth. Because after all the drama started, they wanted her to do a comedy special, but she felt like they was trying to, probably lowball her, pay her far less than she worth. And I agree because Monique is she's an Oscar winner. You know what I mean? Everybody know Monique. Monique is out. She's an awesome actress. What is wrong with my phone, y'all? Awesome actress as well as a comedian, right? And so she sued Netflix. I don't know if the suit is still going on about Netflix, but anyway, so Monique went on a couple of shows with black people, right? Black Hollywood, right? And so they started to admonish her and talk bad about her. She went on the show with Whoopi Goldberg, honey, and Whoopi Goldberg told her she shouldn't have been acting like that, and she gonna school her, all this and all that, basically telling her that she was wrong about how she was coming at Hollywood for not paying her worth. Moreover, coming at Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry for wanting her to pay out of her own pocket to promote the show. What is that show she did with Precious? Was that the name of it, Precious? Or whatever. When she was on Precious, she was the mom and all this and all that, right? And she very talented but lacks humility, referring about the slur. What was her slur, Nita? What do you think was her slur? And why do you think she lacked humility? But anyway, tell me, girl, because I don't know about a slur. But let me know, honey. Let me know. I might have missed it. But anyway, Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels, when they were promoting the show Precious that what she won an Oscar for. She won an Oscar for her role in Precious, right? Playing the crazy mama, right? They wanted her to dig in her pockets, all right, and go promote the show across seas and do all this and do all that. Hey, Queen Scorpio, and she was not willing to do that on her own dime, right? Because they paid her very little. I think it was less than $1 million for doing Precious, which she won an Oscar for. But that movie went on to make millions and millions of dollars, right? And so Monique simply was not wanting to do all this promotion and stuff on her own dime, number one. And number two, she had spent so much time on the movie, she wanted to go home because she got kids, with her husband, right? And so, I remember that. Hey, Cloud, how you doing? And happy birthday to the Queen. Happy birthday, Queen. How you doing? May you have many more. Happy birthday. That's all right, Cloud. Y'all know Cloud's Queen, called Queen. That's his wife, right? And Cloud done been by her side, through the ups and the downs. And I'm glad you're here for another birthday, Cloud. God bless y'all both, okay? Yeah, Anita, when she told Oprah, whoever was the sucker, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But anyway, Monique is my girl. Just let me say, Monique has a movie. Not a movie. Here on YouTube, she has a YouTube channel. Her and her husband Sydney. Monique is my girl. I am a fan of Monique. So anyway, she went on, like I said, she went on a view of Whoopi Goldberg tried to verbally scold her, saying she was wrong, all this and all that. You should have called me first, Monique, and I would have schooled you, about how to deal with people and money and all this and all that, right? She went on the Steve Harvey show. Steve Harvey did the same thing, talking down to her, basically telling her she was wrong, all this and all that, and really what she's speaking about is, moreover than the Oprah Tyler Price situation, Monique has been speaking about how black actors in Hollywood, especially black women in Hollywood, get paid far less than their worth. Okay, so you got all these high-powered, black people in Hollywood coming at her, telling her that she was wrong. Okay, Monique was not wrong. Okay, but the reason why I say that Black Hollywood owes her an apology. Now, Oprah absolutely owes Monique an apology, and she would never get that apology from Oprah, because like Monique said, Oprah Winfrey is not for black people. Okay, she is just not for black people. All right, she would rather suck up to Oprah would rather suck up to somebody like Harvey Weinstein than try to help out her people in Black Hollywood, right? And so anyway, the reason why I say that Black Hollywood owes Monique an apology is because Monique has been speaking out forever about how they get paid lower than other white Hollywood actors and actresses and stuff, right? So now you see things coming up like Tamar Braxton, God bless her, and Tamar Braxton, started speaking about, how they pay her. They don't pay her worth. They had the Braxton family values. She said that that show has been going on, over 10 years, and she's been into it with WeTV as well as her family about how little they pay them, as opposed to somebody like the Kardashians. Now, she said the Kardashians, with their no talent self, you see what I'm saying? They make 75% more than Tamar Braxton, all the Braxtons, the Braxton's family value, all this and all that, right? She's also she wants to know why their show is on Netflix. They don't get any monies for their show being rebroadcast on Netflix. And she's been speaking out about it on Instagram and stuff, right? And she's been stressed out, and she's the low pay. She's speaking out about the low pay. She's not the only one that speaks. Viola Davis spoke about her recently. Like I said, I'm gonna play some audio of some other YouTubers' videos. I hope they don't get mad, but I wasn't finna put nothing together and find all these videos myself. I'm just gonna play somebody's audio. But they have excellent points. But it's just in reference to, the fact that they owe Monique apology, because many black actors and actresses of recent have started speaking out about how badly they're treated in Hollywood. They feel like they're treated like slaves. They're underpaid for their talent. Do you see what I'm saying? Because without black people, in Hollywood, their talent, it would be no Hollywood, really. I mean, yeah, you got, several popular, Anglo entertainers and actors, in Hollywood. But Black Hollywood brings out a large amount of revenue because we know that Black people love to watch TV. We love to go to the movies and stuff like that, right? But Monique and several other women, like I said, Tamar Braxton speaking up, Viola Davis speaking up. I saw. Y'all remember? Do y'all know about? Have y'all ever seen a show? I'm gonna read that the Smart Show too. Viola Davis, not Viola Davis. The girl from Married to Medicine. Her name is Mariah. She plays on Married to Medicine. I don't know if y'all ever seen that show, but anyway, I thought Mariah on the show Married to Medicine was just another cast member. Well, come to find out, Mariah that's on Married to Medicine, she created that show, and she spoke out a little while ago. I'm gonna try to find it too. She spoke out a little while ago how she doesn't even be included in the meetings when it comes to them, trying to figure out which way the show is going to go. And she created the show. And she also speaks out about, how she's paid far less. She speaks out about how they want to promote all the derogatory stuff, the negative stuff, on the show and keep them fighting. Now, we've all seen, what is it, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and how all they love and hip hop, all that drama, right? And so, it's just a lot. Yeah, but like I said, Nick Cannon, just the other day, he was speaking about he got into a whole lot of controversy about what he said. In the interview, they said that they alleged that he was, speaking hateful speech and anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. I still, can't figure out what it was that he said wrong. But since that, Black Hollywood, a lot of people in Black Hollywood have turned on Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon now saying he wants to be paid for that show Wild 'N Out because he created that show. He won his show, all this and all that. He got fired from Viacom. We heard all this and all that. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like a lot going on in Black Hollywood. But like I said, because all this talk is going on about Black Lives Matter, a lot of Black actors and entertainers are now speaking up about how wrongly they're being done when it comes to them financially and how they're treated in Hollywood and everything else. Do you see what I'm saying? And, they want to stand up. They want to be paid their worth. Take somebody like Viola Davis, for instance. Viola Davis, she is an Oscar winner. I don't even know if Viola Davis is an EGOT, but she's an Oscar winner as well as a Tony winner. You know what I mean? She's a one. We know that she is, at top of the line when it comes to, actresses being in the acting world. And she's even speaking about how much less she's being paid. But Monique has been talking about this forever. And they all want to turn over her and they all want to make her look crazy and say, she a problem, she's problematic and all this and all that. Well, now they're speaking up, but I don't hear nobody saying, Monique, we owe you an apology because you were right, Monique. You were right about everything that you said when it comes to being not paid your worth. You were right when you didn't take that lowball amount from Netflix when they're going to turn around and give somebody like Amy Schumer, I think it was, millions of dollars, and she is nowhere near as talented, in my opinion, than Monique, okay? A lot of people have spoke up about how they be treated, also how they be treated in Hollywood. Take Cat Williams, for instance. You know what I mean? They done drove poor little Cat Williams crazy, because these people go in Hollywood, honey, they go in one way and they come out another way, okay? And but anyway, they're speaking out, and so I said I'm gonna do this video this morning because I love me some Monique, because Monique has been telling the truth about the drama forever, right? So also, when it comes to Tamar Braxton, honey, it's being reported that Tamar Braxton, is in the hospital unconscious because of an alleged, overdose. And some people are saying it's an alleged, attempted suicide. And I'm praying for Tamar Braxton and her family. I hope they'll be all right. It said that her boyfriend or fiance found her in the room, last night. know what I mean? And she was unconscious, and she is in the hospital unconscious right now. But you know, over the past couple of weeks, Tony Braxton, Tamar Braxton has been speaking up, like I said, about how they are mistreating her and her family. You know, Tamar Braxton got a couple of shows that are supposed to be coming about. One of the shows, I think, is Slayed by Tamar or something like that. But there's a trailer for her show that's supposed to be coming out, but one of the shows got canceled, and all of this and all that. So they say she's been going through a lot. But I'm praying for Tamar. You never know. Tamar has also complained over and over again about how they like to spin narratives when it comes to her show. You know what I mean? Making her seem like the bad guy of the family or crazy. The same way they do Monique, make it want to seem like she's crazy, all this and all that, right? So God bless Tamar. I just want to mention that real quick. But she has been speaking out about how much she get paid, how much less she get paid to somebody like the Kardashians, which have no talent at all. They're not singers, they're not actresses, they're not anyway. They just get on camera and do whatever it is that they do, and they get paid 75% more than a whole family full of talented people. And I'm talking about the Braxton family. They get paid 75% more than the Braxtons, and I just can't wrap my mind around that. That don't make no sense to me. So Tamar's been speaking out about that for a minute. Do you see what I'm saying? But honey, there's so much stuff going on in Hollywood. I had to write it down this morning. Okay, y'all hit that like button. Not only that, real fast, we got what else is going on? I told y'all about everybody turning against Nick Cannon, right? Oh boy, what is his name? Dwayne Wade, and he need to sit down and shut up, him and Gabby, because what they done did to his son. But first he gonna tweet support for Nick Cannon, and then he gonna delete the tweets when you start getting backlash. And I seen a show on Roland Martin. Now I was just starting to like Roland Martin again, right? So he got him and his crew. And good morning, everybody. If I haven't said your name, but I'm trying to get this over with. But I love y'all. Thanks so much for joining me this morning, everybody. Okay, so Roland Martin did a show, I think it was yesterday. I was listening to it. Honey, him and his crew cooning their butt off when it comes to Nick Cannon. Do you see what I'm saying? Black Hollywood, just like Black people here in America, we fail to unite if we were to come together. Hollywood couldn't do these Black actors and entertainers, but they don't even stick together. And really, they need to hush. They don't. Nick Cannon and when you're speaking up about stuff that Nick Cannon was talking about, he needs to hush because really they compromise anyway. So and then Nick Cannon, when it comes to Nick Cannon, I find it very interesting because now he's trying to kiss the tip of whoever he can kiss the tip of, because they done fired him from a whole lot of shows. He finna lose his show. Wild and that. I'm sure he's gonna, he's lost endorsements. He's lost several of his other shows. The threatening to cancel that show Viacom because he was fired from Viacom, and Viacom doesn't want to have anything to do with Nick Cannon anymore. And Nick Cannon was, doing all these shows under Viacom, right? But this Hollywood, I mean, if they not gonna stand on their square, they just need to hush. Cause now he kissing the tip of whoever's willing to listen to him, in white Hollywood. I'm sorry, I ain't this, I ain't that. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And anyway, I want to mention that also they're saying that Meg Thee Stallion allegedly got shot by Tory Lanez. These little rappers, honey, I don't pay no attention to these, these little rappers and what they do, but I found it very interesting that this Canadian rapper, Tory Lanez, has allegedly shot Meg Thee Stallion. They was at a Hollywood, what is her name? Kylie Jenner, one of them Kardashians. They was at Kylie Jenner's party, and I don't know really all the details, but he's supposed to shot her several times. She came out first. They were saying, first they were saying that she just had glass on her foot when the police pulled them over and all of this and all that, right? But then come to find out she been shot, and she came out on Instagram saying that she had been shot. People had started saying that her best friend that was in the car shot her and her friends. Like, it wasn't me, basically, but I know who did it. But the reason why it's interesting about Megan Thee Stallion being shot by Tory Lanez, because somebody are suspected that it may allegedly be a possible hit or some kind of physical threat, because she's been into it with her ex-manager, which is, his name is Carl Crawford or something like that. She's been beefing back and forth, with him, about that. So the little girl that got shot in the car and all of this and all of that. And it's crazy. It's a lot going on in Hollywood. So anyway, let me play some audio for you guys. I just want to bring you guys. Oh, and also before we play the audio, child, I'll tell you so much going on, right? Have y'all started listening to Mary Trump book talking about Donald Trump? Honey, that book, I need to get that book from Amazon. Baby, get the audio book. It's so much tea being spilled in that book, and the reviews about Mary Trump's book is that she's just trying to get back at the Trump family, because her daddy committed suicide and he was always treated wrong, by Donald Trump's father. Mary Trump is Donald Trump's niece, right? Honey, she's spilling all the tea on the family. Those are truly horrible people. But honey, anyway, I've been reading the book, child, and it's a lot going on with that book. Y'all, that book is the best book since Omarosa came out talking about Donald Trump. And now I know by reading a little bit of that book why he don't want to let go of his tax returns. Okay, I was like, honey, and also, did y'all hear about Ashford, North Carolina? Well, Ashford, North Carolina has made a historic move, okay? I hope y'all hitting that like button because it's a lot of tea. I know y'all like it's tea, right? Ashford, North Carolina made a historic move. They passed it was a city council, whatever you call it. They passed a referendum when it comes to reparations for Black people. They have passed a reparation saying that they're going to give reparations to Black communities. Now, it's not in the form of, cutting a check for every Black person in Ashford, North Carolina. What they say their form of reparations is going to be in developing, lower income Black communities, investing into Black businesses, and trying to build up Black economics. And they pledged millions of dollars over years, but they're calling it a reparations bill. And I feel like it's a historic move because no other state, and definitely the United States of America, nobody has ever thank you, Lady Tia, has ever made a move like that or made a suggestion like that. And I'm hoping that it's going to open the door for a lot of other states to, when it comes to the conversation of reparations. Like I said, they're not cutting the check for every individual person in Asheville or whatever, but they are pledging to, try to better the community, the Black community. Now, when it comes to North Carolina and Asheville and Greensboro and all up and through that, honey, it's like you go roll back in time to slavery in some of those little towns in North Carolina. I don't know if y'all ever been through there, but baby, some of them people live in trailers with outhouses, okay? And yes, Asheville, I said Asheville, and it's socioeconomically depressed in North Carolina when it comes to Black people. Child, I went up there 1 year and I saw Black people. They work on tobacco farms for these old white people, right? And it's like they still slavery days. Honey, the man pulled up in front of the trailer, and a lot of men and women got on the back of the trailer, and they went and worked on a tobacco farm, right? Picking his tobacco, whatever. Honey, he brought them home. Now these trailers, they got to pay rent to this man because the trailers are on his property. So he pays them for picking the tobacco and whatever. Greensboro too. I've been up and through Greensboro too, Rocky Mount, all up and through there, Hendersonville and Henderson, North Carolina. Now I'm talking about Henderson, North Carolina. It's where I seen this and I couldn't believe it, okay? Because my husband got people in Henderson, North Carolina, right? So anyway, they got on the tobacco truck, they went and did the work, and then when they came home, the trailers and stuff, some of them is on his land, so they got to pay him rent, right? Which means he gets some more money back. Then they went down to the store at the end of the lane or whatever. He owned the store. So it's like they're working for free. You know what I mean? Because they're giving the money right back to him in rent. And when they go to the store, I say, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. Child, I could not believe it. And but like I said, when it comes to North Carolina, they need to do a whole lot when it comes to black people and you know, in their substandard of living. And they're absolutely socioeconomically depressed in North Carolina. Like I said, when you enter some of these small towns in North Carolina, y'all, it's like slavery days. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my whole entire life. I was like, oh my God, why are these people living like this? I couldn't believe it. I had never seen nothing like that in my. But anyway, child, move right along. But that is what Asheville, the city council in Asheville, North Carolina, they passed a reparations bill, and we talked about that. That was just something else I had to tell y'all about, right? It's a lot going on. So let's go back to my girl Monique. Okay, I'm gonna play some audio from a show that Monique did a couple of weeks ago. Her YouTube channel is titled Monique Worldwide. And if you haven't checked her out, go check her out. But let me find this audio. I hope Cloud still is on here because I'm going to have to switch my screen, child. You know, them trolls be coming in. But folks been good this morning, child. But anyway, let me find the audio. And I want to play this little audio of what Monique had to say in reference to, you know, how black peoples are treated in Hollywood, since how black peoples are treated in Hollywood, because that's what we're talking about, right? And so, but like I said, they owe Monique an apology. They owe her an apology because everybody's saying the same thing Monique said. Okay, it's crazy. But Monique crazy though, right? She crazy. She don't know nothing. She need to hush all this and all that. Honey, I read an article about when she was on there with Whoopi Goldberg. You know, they estimate Whoopi Goldberg. They say that she make upwards of $5 million a year doing the show on The View, right? Well, Whoopi Goldberg says she just make $1.5 million a year. Now, this is Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is an EGOT. An EGOT means that she's won an Emmy, and I think she's really a PGOT. She's won a Pulitzer Prize. She's won an Emmy. She's won a Grammy. She's won an Oscar and a Tony. She's at the when it comes to being an actor and an entertainer in general, she has won some of the highest awards, and she is not even one of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's crazy. But anyway, let me try to find this audio for you guys so that we can see what Monique had to say about this. And like I said, she ain't never going to stop talking about how Oprah did her, because she told the truth. Oprah is absolutely not for black people. Oprah is a gatekeeper. Okay, she trying to keep the black folks in line. Y'all saw how she did freaking, what's his name? Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? She made him shut up and apologize like they got Nick Cannon apologizing. Like I said, these musicians and these entertainers, they don't need to try to speak up about nothing concerning black people, because they just gonna end up kissing the tip of these folks trying to keep their little money coming in or whatever. You know what I mean? Try to keep their status in Hollywood or whatever. And they already treat them bad anyway. But really, all they got to do is unify and join together. That's what they need to do. And y'all also have to realize what's going on. When you see all these black actors, Will and Jada, all these black actors and entertainers coming under fire all at one time, let's not forget about, you know, I believe that this is in direct response to all the Black Lives Matter protests and all of this and all of that. You know what I mean? And we got to talk about Porsha Williams, honey, Tamika Mallory, and Yandy. We're going to talk about that next, okay? Because, oh, child. But first, I want y'all to hear a little bit about what Monique said on her YouTube channel, Monique Worldwide, when it comes to the economics of Black Hollywood and how they're treated, okay? So I'm going to play this audio for you guys. And like I said, the name of her YouTube channel is Monique Worldwide. And let me try to turn it back up here. And this is Monique and her husband, Sydney. And like I said, I don't care what they say about Monique. I'm a Monique fan forever. All right? I don't even care, because she be speaking the truth. She ain't scared. Do you see what I'm saying? They even came at Christy Teigen and John Legend. I'm like, oh, that's a lot going on. Oh, man, we might even talk about that. Don't let me forget to tell y'all what they said allegedly that Christy Teigen like to eat human people. Allegedly. Child. I was like, oh, child. Anyway, it's just so much. It's so much. Anyway, here's Monique speaking a little bit about Black Hollywood. Okay, guys, I'm trying to start it right here. The video, if you guys want to go back and see this video, the name, it is from a month ago, and it says inspired by Oprah Winfrey. How do we heal a community? And she's talking about, of course, the Black community. So let's listen to a little bit of it. I don't know where I'm starting off here, but here we go.
You would be willing to talk to them when they talk to you. Would you be open to that?
Oh, then this part right here they're talking about. She went on the Dr. Phil show, right? And Dr. Phil tried to say that he was gonna, have Oprah and Monique talk to one another, because he got it like it. Do you see what I'm saying? And of course he ain't got it like that. But Monique was real disappointed in him, for even suggesting that he could make that happen. And so this is what they're talking about right here, y'all. Them appearing on the Dr. Phil show, and he's saying that, he felt like Monique was done wrong, and he gonna get her and Oprah together, and they gonna talk and try to make it right. Okay. So anyway, let's continue.
She said, absolutely. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them together with you, and we're going to have this conversation. And Monique said, but we're not doing it in private. We got to do it publicly.
Yes.
You're absolutely right, because they made you look a certain way publicly, so you should have it publicly. And I can get this done because my street corner is what?
Big.
My street corner is big.
With his mouth like that.
Now, I quite frankly have always dug Dr. Seemed like he was a straight shooter. But if you have seen the interview with us, with Tyler, Oprah, and Dr. Phil, then we were blacked out when it happened. And here's the terrible part. If he was unable to get it done after he made such a grandiose stance about what he was going to do.
Yes.
If he was unable to do it, which I'm not surprised, because in our mind, we were thinking it's a good chance that Oprah is not going to allow Dr. Phil to use her for ratings like she's used other people for ratings. She knows that damn. But you would have thought, being a doctor, Dr. Phil, would have been kind enough to say, guys, I want to call you back up to let you know that I did not forget about you. I did not. But Oprah and Tyler, like you said, they did not want to have the conversation with you. When you do that, you're a mensch.
Come on.
You're a good Joe. You're a person of your word, but you can't pull somebody and force them to do what it is. But he never did that. And what I say again is, Dr. Phil, your silence makes you complicit as well.
Yes. The reason why I had to file a lawsuit, I had to file that lawsuit with Netflix, is because there are some, when I tell y'all there's some fire in these young sisters right now that's doing this comedy, especially some sisters coming out of Chicago that I've had a chance to experience. Corey Bell,
Just
Niche, and Mary Lee. When I tell you these three young sisters, baby, they the kind of fire that you sit there and as somebody 30 years in the game, tears start coming down your eyes because you're saying, wow, look at these babies.
Not to mention our young brother over there, too.
Not to mention our baby Prince T-Dub. Our sugar pie. But you got to stand up and say, y'all, this is not right. But I'm going to tell you why a lot of companies have no problem with the system and making moves like they move, because what they know about us is they're not going to stand together. They're finding out something different now.
Yeah, I heard that.
But what they've known for so long is they're not going to stand together. And I want to just tell y'all an experience I had that blew me away, and it taught me a lesson called "Don't judge a book by its cover." And I'm going to tell y'all the day I had all the way through. This is the day that I'm going to be on The View. But that morning, my press schedule is full. I have the Breakfast Club, I have Sway, and I have these two white brothers that was across the hall from Sway. I know one of their names is Sid, and I believe Sid was the Republican, and I can't remember the other white guy's name who was the Democrat. Now, when I go to the Breakfast Club, I'm surrounded by people that look like me. And y'all know what happened with that. I was named the donkey of the day. I had a sister sitting there, Angela, and she was telling me what she believed my worth was. Well, I don't think you should have got what they got. But, maybe she should have got this and this. And I'm blown away. Now I leave the Breakfast Club and I go to Sway. And Sway is our brother, baby. That is our brother. He stands up and he fights for this community. And our sister Heather B. Bernie and Sid. However, that day when I did Sway, I have to say my brother was being very careful, which was kind of throwing me off. Now, our sister Heather B., that sister ain't no joke, ain't no punk. She was in it. But Sway didn't do anything to
nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. He was just being careful.
And also got to shout Heather B out just in general.
Let me say this about Sister Heather B. Let me say this about a couple of sisters as I'm saying this right now. There are some sisters through this whole ordeal that just check in every now and again. One sister's that sister named Heather B. I can go on my Twitter account and just, it could be a couple, but it's just a little something in the DM. Hey sis, I'm just checking on you, sending you love, letting you know we're standing with you. I appreciate that. I gotta thank my sister Jill Scott. Every now and again, I hit my phone and she just sent a text. I just sent her a text. We just checking in. I appreciate that. And that day, I was so grateful for that sister Heather B because I knew she was right there with me. Then I leave there. Now, I went from the Breakfast Club to Sway, and I'm surrounded by people that look like me. And in both places, I didn't feel protected by our black men. Let me say that. I did not feel protected. I leave out of Sway and I go across the hall to Bernie and Sid, which were two white men. And I will tell y'all the honest to universal truth. I walked in with my guards up because I'm saying I didn't just came from the Breakfast Club. I'm donkey of the day. I didn't just came from my brother Sway and he's being very careful. Now I'm going to walk in here with these white men and I know I'm going to have to put it down and let them know what I'm talking about. Well, y'all, when I walked through the door and the white man opened up the mic, the first thing he said is, we are boycotting Netflix and we're standing with Monique because we cannot allow them to treat one of our greats like that. And then that white man began to run down my resume. So I'm sitting there and my guard is just dropping and I'm saying, I didn't know that the protection was going to come from here. I didn't know it was going to come from here. And that white man said, we will not watch Netflix again until they treat this woman fairly. And these were two white men, y'all, and they were talking to millions of people over the air. Now, their folks. Now, I just left our brother Leonard, who said I was a donkey. I just left our brother Sway, who was being very careful. Then I go in here to these two white men who were saying, we are standing with you. Then I leave there and go to The View. And The View is executive produced by a black woman named Candy Carter.
Who was under the tutelage of?
Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
Now, when I get to The View, and I can't... One day y'all gonna get all of it, but for the sake of time.
That's what books are for.
That's what books are for. When I get to The View, my babies, the producer that has my segment, she comes up to the room, and after every segment, okay, Monique, you're coming up next. You're coming up next. Here we come. You're coming up next. Now, when you do a TV show, you have to get there at least an hour before the tape. So what the hell? We're ready. You're coming up next. You're coming up next. My come up next was 3 minutes. It was 3 minutes. And then I had to sit there and watch our living legend and icon, Whoopi Goldberg, say to me, I could have schooled you. Oh, we gotta go? Oh, okay. So I had to check myself that day, because for everyone that I went to talk to that looked like me, one made me a donkey, one was very careful, and the other was so dismissive that you didn't even let me speak. And anytime a white woman has come on The View with a racial discrimination or women being discriminated against, it's damn near the whole show. So that day, I had to walk away saying, what is happening with my folks? That these two white men, and one was a strong Republican, and the strong Republican was the one that said, we ain't watching Netflix. So again, I don't know when you decide to stop fighting for your family. And I promised myself I wasn't going to get emotional. I don't know when you say it's enough. I don't know when you say I got to stand up. And I'm telling y'all, the conversations I've had with these people that look like us. And I have to say, I'm like, but they're not for us. And they know that I know. So we're going to keep this fat black woman quiet. And we're going to shut her out. And we're going to be a part of shutting her out, because she's seen us when nobody else is watching. And we thought she would just keep it quiet. I can't when I know that you're damaging the people that look like me, because I'm included in them people. But so are you. So when I watch Oprah Winfrey do her show, where do we go from here? And I listen to my brother Steve Harvey speak about Black Lives Matter. And I hear Whoopi Goldberg telling Drew Brees about her grandfather and her father. But I know when ain't nobody listening and so they think that's not how they really feel, because how do you tell Drew Brees and how do you check him when you told me Whoopi Goldberg fucked the little girl coming behind me?
And on her 10-year anniversary,
they were celebrating
her 10-year anniversary at The View. And she told Monique, I make $1,500,000 at The View. That's what she said. If you were to pull it up on the computer, they estimated that she makes $5 million a year. When you are an icon from an actor's standpoint, you are not supposed to get $1,500,000. As an Academy Award winner with at least 91 movies under your belt, you are not supposed to have that. You're supposed to be getting paid fair. So what happens is she's schooling Monique on how to be a slave. Because I'm saying to you, you should have worked for free. Because the problems that you could have diverted from being put on you by just doing what they asked you to do, is it really worth it? And the answer is what?
Come on.
Yes. Because this will disallow the young brothers, the young sisters coming along to feel as if they need to be baited into being put into a slave contract when there is no contract. There's one thing to be accused of a crime that you didn't commit, but it's another thing to be accused of a crime that was never committed. You can't, there's no going against something when there's no verbal or written contract. There was none. So when we have that situation, and never in Hollywood have you heard of one white person, one white man, one white woman, one black man being called difficult. Why? Because he would not fulfill a request when there was no obligation to do anything for them.
And I have to address something else, Daddy, because in these tears, I want y'all to understand something. They for all the sisters that we watched them die. And then in that death, we spoke about how amazing they were. But we watched them die. And when you got a sister, because see, y'all, there were people saying things, not even understanding. You were pushing the dagger in even further and deeper. But when you got our sister Jada Pinkett Smith, and I watched her say this out of her mouth, we may not agree with the way Monique did it. But we know she's telling the truth. And I would ask Jada, well, what was unagreeable? What did I do that was unagreeable? So when Jada makes them statements, when Steve Harvey says she's burned too many bridges, when Oprah Winfrey just stays quiet, when Tyler Perry says, I was wrong and I'm going to say it, but says absolutely nothing, and we don't hold anybody accountable, how in the hell can we expect anybody else to value us? Because, and please hear me, it ain't just me. It could appear to be me because my mouth is big, and I'm saying, hell with that. I'm not leaving out of here without a fight. I'm not going to beg my beautiful sister Hattie McDaniel, and God knows that woman, she took some ass whippings, but she took some ass whippings both ways. She took them from them, and she took them from us.
And she took it quietly.
And I want to address this too, Daddy. For some of our Black women, we can be very confusing. And when you sit on a platform, and you want to joke my husband for standing by my side, Cheryl Underwood, you sat there with those sisters, and you joked my husband. He was a Billy Badass. That's what you called him. And I'm not going to let no Billy Badass mess it up for me as you sat across from a woman whose husband has been accused of taking advantage of women. You've never called me back. You've never said, hey, sis. You Black women, some of you sat there and you kept pushing it in further. And here's where the confusion comes in. We will say our Black men don't stand with us. We will hold up signs and say, where are you, Black man? But goddamn, if mine wasn't standing with me, and then y'all said, why don't this nigga sit down? So what message were we giving? What were we saying?
But it's part of the confusion that we deal with in our community. And the crazy thing is, a veteran like Cheryl Underwood, Monique is fighting for you. Because what we're saying is, and what she's been saying is, look at the kings of comedy. Look at Brother Bernie Mac, genius. Look at Brother D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer, and then look at Steve Harvey. Get it together, mama. It's all good.
Together,
come on.
Baby.
Oh.
Look at them. Then look at the Queens of Comedy. Look at the treatment. They're the mirroring images. The host of the Kings of Comedy, which is Steve Harvey. Look at his career. The host of the Queens of Comedy was Miss Laura. Monique, Sister Adele, Sister Samore, Sister Miss Laura. If you're not gonna get the headline.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there, y'all. I just wanted y'all to hear, a little bit what Monique's saying, and she's absolutely right. And she's just crying because she really felt like they all threw her under the bus. Because they did. I did a lot of videos. I'm gonna try to find a video before we get off here. And they all threw her under the bus. But like I said, many of these, Black actresses in particular in Hollywood are now speaking up about the very same thing that Monique was talking about, when Tyler Perry did her wrong. But now there's not only Tyler Perry, but how Netflix did her wrong, how they do our Black actors and actresses in Hollywood, how they pay them far less than their worth. I told y'all about Tamar Braxton speaking up about the same thing. All of these people are now speaking up, okay, about how they get paid much less. But when Monique was speaking up, everybody threw her under the bus. That's the issue. That's why I said that Black Hollywood owes Monique an apology, okay? Because now they are talking about the same thing that Monique was talking about, but Monique was called Donkey of the Day. You see what I'm saying? And that don't make no sense. And they told the truth when they said the reason why they can't get nowhere in Hollywood is because they don't stick together. And we have seen that with what's going on with Nick Cannon. You know what I mean? They know Nick Cannon wasn't telling no lie, but they all want to throw him under the bus for telling the truth. Oh, he shouldn't have said this. Oh, he shouldn't have said that. You want to go on and keep being treated like a slave. And that is all Monique was trying to say, but they threw her under the bus and they blackballed her. You know, and people like Oprah Winfrey that's got all this pull, you know what I mean? She was the main one throwing her under the bus. Why you gonna throw her under the bus for telling the truth? And let me answer this by A-Class. But like I said, I love Monique. You know, I made plenty of videos about it when it was going on, and I make plenty more about Monique. You know, thank you, Cloud. But let me read this from A-Class, because A-Class is from across the pond. And I'm going to play something else for y'all. I'm going to play for y'all what Viola Davis had to say about how she's being paid far less in Hollywood. Okay, I'm going to find it. I think it's on Chronicle Speaks. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks, because or even Tea Time. It's on one of their videos, but I'm going to find it for y'all. And I'm going to play the audio, because like I said, I wasn't finna find the individual. I'm just going to play the audio. I ain't got time to do all that. Okay, because I'm not being paid anything from YouTube anymore for my wonderful content. Okay. Anywho, A-Class said, please, I don't understand the situation, and I may be going off topic, but I thought you have to, as an actor, promote the film that you are in. She did what she could do, A-Class, as far as promoting the film go, but her issue was when it came to Precious, they wanted her on her own dime when they paid her well under $50,000 for playing Precious, and they made millions and millions of dollars off of that movie, right? They wanted her to go on her own dime and promote this movie throughout the world. Okay, and Monique said, I'm not going to do that. Y'all not paying for my plane ticket. Y'all not paying me to promote this movie or nothing. And I done got paid less than $50,000, and I want an Oscar behind this movie. And y'all want me to do all this extra stuff for this movie, and I'm not getting paid my worth. Do you see what I'm saying? So, yeah, for a favor. That's right, Lady Tia. Lady Tia says she already Dorner did Precious for a favor. $50,000. Yeah, I think she got paid less than $50,000. I think it wasn't like $42,000 or something like that. They made millions of dollars off of that movie. They're making millions of dollars off of that movie now, right to this day. You see what I'm saying? They're still selling that movie. You know, that's like a cult classic, Precious is. Do you see what I'm saying? And I bet she made less money than Mariah Carey in that movie. Truth be told. And that's right. Because of Monique, the movie was successful. She won an Oscar for it. You're absolutely right. Didn't nobody even realize how wonderful of an actress that Monique was. Then they want to blackball and call her difficult. And she's speaking up for Black Hollywood in general. It brings her to tears to talk about how these Black women of the past, like Hattie McDaniel, she spoke about, was treated. She died in an apartment by herself, Hattie McDaniels did. Do you see what I'm saying? But anyway, let me find this little video before we move on, because I want y'all to hear what Viola Davis has recently said about the way that she is paid far less than she's worth in Black Hollywood. Same thing Monique was talking about. Same thing all of them talk crazy to her about. Whoopi Goldberg, Steve Harvey. I saw them shows. I did videos about how they did Monique. Tyler Perry told her he was going to speak up for her, lied. She even brought out the audio. I think the audio is still on my channel. Like I said, I'm trying to find that video. I know I still got it up somewhere and play it for y'all. She played the audio of Tyler Perry talking to her on the phone one way. You see what I'm saying? But getting with Oprah and trying to blackball her. They did blackball her. You see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, but anyway, let me try to find this video for y'all about, I think it's on Tea Time, about what Viola Davis has to say about being paid far less in Hollywood. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find it here. Oh, Lord. I done got upset seeing her cry like that. That hurt my feelings. Like, for real. It hurt my feelings. I think it's on Daytime Teatimes. Hold on, y'all. And but like I said, that is the reason why I said that they owe Monique an apology. It could have been on Chronicle Speaks. Hold on a minute. I don't even know when she made that video, but I saw it going down my timeline the other day, and so yeah, hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to find it. Okay, if it's not on Tea Time, then it's on Chronicle Speaks. Let me try Tea Time. see if it's on here. But I really want y'all to hear what Viola Davis had to say about that. How she's being treated. It's about Oprah. Hold on. Oh, and I just found out y'all know all this stuff, the Black Lives Matter and all of this stuff coming out about the NFL, right? So now some women have come forward and said that filed sexual harassment charges on a team. I think the Redskins, it's a black man, a Latino man, and a white man. They charging him with sexual assault and all this and all that. Hold on, let me try to find this. I'm gonna have to be quiet if I'm gonna find it. Hold on. Can I find it? What was it? Shoot. Hold on. Sorry about the dead air, but I really want y'all to hear what she has to say. I don't guess I'm gonna find it. I don't even know if it's still on or not. And there was something else that I want to play from one of these videos. Those videos must have been real old, or fairly old, that I said. I don't even see that video about Tamika Mallory on there no more that they talked about. This was a month ago. Let's see here. Anywho, I'm gonna find it. Octavia Spencer also spoke about how little she get paid compared to her counterparts. Let me go back to Daytime Teatimes and try to find the darn on video if I can. Because I want y'all to hear what Viola Davis had to say. This is the Red Table Talk. That's the Lonnie Love. Is this the one right here? This may be the one. Hold on a minute. Let me see if this is the video.
What is your inspiration?
This could be the video. Okay, it's not for people. And more. Hold on, guys. So yeah, but if I can't find it, I just ain't gonna be able to find it, child. But I'm gonna try to find it for y'all because I really want y'all to hear what Viola Davis had to say. But it just proves everything. It basically proves everything that that my girl Monique was talking about. And like I said, Black Hollywood is now speaking up about how neglectfully they are being treated. And for that reason, they absolutely owe Monique an apology. I don't care. Bottom line. And so, yeah. And they be having the nerve to say that Monique is self-righteous and all of this and all of that there. And that's not the truth. She wants to be paid for her worth. She wants to be, she wants to be compensated, for her work, just like everybody else, because don't nobody want to work for free. You know what I mean? This ain't that type of party. And but they don't want to do that at all for her. So yeah, I cannot find this video at all. I don't even know. I bet you I could find it if I wasn't looking for it. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to be quiet so I can look, so I can concentrate. But anywho, we're gonna have to move it right along because I can't find the freaking video. All right, and I knew it was on either Chronicle Speaks or well, the video's gone now? Because I don't see them anywhere. I thought it was on Daytime Teatimes. I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about the dead air. I really want to find that video. I should have tried to find it before I came on, but I was like, let me go on and get on here because there's so much going on to where I just really wanted to get it out to y'all. And so yeah, I can't find it. Let's see here. What we got going on out here? It's Daytime Teatime, Lady Tia. Okay, let me click over there. Do you know the name of the video? Girl, help me out here. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's the Tamar Mallory video on Daytime Teatime. The Tamar Valiant. I think it's Daytime Teatime is intro type of thing. The one with Tamara. Oh, Tamara. Let's see. Let me go back up then. So that's recently, right? Okay. Let me scroll back up. I know I saw it. And I want to play the audio for you guys. Let me find that Tamara video. And that's recently. Oh, it's this video right here. Okay, let's see here.
Parents, your kids.
Oh, God, the commercials, child. The commercials. Y'all got to forget the commercials. Hold on. I'm on that video now, Lady Tia. Thank you, girl. Let me get off of this commercial so I can turn it back up. Naya? Is this the one right here? This she talking about Naya Rivera on here. Hold on a minute. Is this the one about Viola Davis? Maybe it's more than one about Tamara. There's that one about Tamara. So yeah, Tamara left the show. I remember that. I just want that Viola Davis part. This is not that video though. So let me put decline. I'm on live. I don't know why that was called. Maybe it's another one about Tamara. On here, let me find it. Thank you, Lady Tamar Braxton. I found it. It's the Tamar Braxton video. Okay. All right, Lady Tia. Thank you. Child, I got some co-hosts this morning, y'all. Let's see. Is it the last video about Tamar right here? Or old one? Is this the one? Let's see here. Oh, this is the one. That's it, Lady Tia, girl. It sure is. Okay, y'all. Here go the video. Thank you, Lady Tia. Child, she my co-host, child. And so, this is the video I'm talking about. And I want y'all to hear what Viola Davis had to say in reference to how, in reference to how she's, how she's paid far less, okay? So, I'm going to go play it. Shout out to Daytime Teatime. But I'm gonna play the audio for y'all because I want y'all to hear it, okay? Here we go.
But I have to get on that phone and people say, you're a black Meryl Streep. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that? You pay me what I'm worth. You give me what I'm worth.
Okay, y'all hear that? Let me rewind that a little bit again. There's more here, but y'all, this is Viola Davis' voice that you're hearing, and she's talking about how little she's getting paid in Hollywood. Hold on.
But I have to get on that phone and people say, you're a black Meryl Streep. There is no one like you. Okay, if there's no one like me, you think I'm that? You pay me what I'm worth. You give me what I'm worth.
And she's also, this video, they're also talking about Tamar. And it's a little bit what Tamar was, oh Lord Jesus. Hold on.
I honestly think I know exactly what she was talking about. And I'm going to explain it to you.
And she's also talking about what, hold on. She's also talking about what, a little bit about Tamar Braxton speaking about, whatever it was she was speaking about, okay?
Candace, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Shout out to Daytime Teatime, Kansas.
You will always know when I upload. All right, y'all. So let's get right on into it. We are talking about Miss Tamar Braxton, and we're going to talk about a few other things. So starting with Tamar Braxton, she's had a lot to get off her chest lately over the past few days. Most recently, one of Tamar Braxton's tweets has gotten a lot of attention from the blogs, basically because people felt like she was tweeting perfectly about the real Daytime and Tamara Mowry-Housley.
But basically, she was saying about they thought Tamar was talking about they thought Tamar was throwing shade at Tamara Mowry in the real, and she wasn't talking about that at all. There's a commercial. Lord have mercy, these commercials.
Several times a day.
Try to skip it. 11:57. Okay. Let me try to fast forward it.
First few, where is my coin? She's referring to problematic.
I'm gonna try to hear this.
Him anti-Semitic. I can't say that word, y'all. I don't want YouTube getting me because Viacom CBS put out. This isn't a rant.
This is a little bit more about what. Before we get to that, a little bit of more of Tamar, and her tweets and what she was talking about, and I think this is the part to where she's talking about how less she's being paid in Hollywood and all this and all that. So let's listen to this.
And it was followed by these treated the Braxton family. And like I said, I believe that's what her was about. Things are about to get real soon. A lot of Black people in Hollywood are finally waking up and they're quitting shows like The Real and they're quitting partnership with networks that just don't support us the way we should be supported. And Tamar Braxton spoke very openly, specifically about WeTV and the way that they have treated the Braxton family. And like I said, I believe that's what her post was about. Things are about to get real because everybody is waking up real fast. So a couple of days ago, one of Tamar Braxton's fans tweeted this: "I am in tears. Why Tamar Braxton do her mama like this?" And then he showed a funny clip from the Braxton family values. And it was followed by these comments that Tamar Braxton got involved in. They said, "It used to be so hilarious. I know the first few seasons were really funny. Then it became a drama." Exactly. Once it became more drama than fun, I fell off the show because I love them all. And Tamar Braxton responded, "And still more drama till this day." But that's what happens when it's all white executives having all the power and telling your Black family stories. I will get justice for my family and all the Black reality shows with the narrative of ABP and negativity. It's terrible and I'm tired. Your post is exactly what I'm talking about. I too feel the same way. It used to be funny and fun, but some will say, well, you actually said or did the negative things. True, but not true. It's the context, and that's why they do it, to ruin your credibility. She followed up by saying, "Are we going to talk about pay? I 100% wrote the theme song. Where is my coin? Our show is on Netflix. Where is my coin? 10 years on the air. We make 75% less than the Kardashians. How come there are no villains on that show?" This is not about pay. This is about feeling like a slave in a slave contract, being made to work in a hostile work environment, then being treated like a house slave on the plantation, complaining to the massa and being repeatedly punished for speaking up. And she finished by saying, "This isn't a rant. This started from a statement with a fan saying how much they missed how funny my family was. They stopped watching because it was so much drama. So this is not crazy Tamar, which is always the story when I'm telling the truth." So that dialogue right there that I just read, that was a couple of days ago. But today, when Tamar Braxton said, I don't know if y'all can feel it or not, but shit is about to get real soon. She's referring to herself, people like Nick Cannon, people like Viola Davis, waking up and speaking out against these white people
like Monique
control Hollywood, TV, movies, all of that. Keep in mind, between last night and today, Nick Cannon is going viral because Viacom CBS put out a statement basically saying they are cutting all ties with Nick Cannon because he's allegedly anti-Semitic. His shows that he has with Viacom on VH1, Nickelodeon, stuff like that. They are done with Nick Cannon because they're calling him anti-Semitic. I can't say that word, y'all. I don't want YouTube getting me. But y'all know what happened to Nick Cannon. So that's also what I believe that Tamar Braxton is referring to when she's saying, I don't know if y'all can feel it, but shit is about to get real soon. More Black people are waking up. And these white people just cannot control us anymore, and they're pissed. So they firing and letting go a lot of Black people, hoping to scare other Black people from waking up. I'm just saying. So no, Tamar Braxton was not putting out a cryptic tweet about the real Daytime and Tamara Mowry-Housley leave.
So let me fast forward a little bit to, I think Lady Tia said 11:57. But that is what Monique has been talking about, and they called her crazy, and they didn't have her back. Like they ain't got Nick Cannon's back. They threw Monique under the bus, blackballed her, so she can't make a living for her family. All because she was speaking about the way that they're mistreated in Hollywood, black actors and actresses. Let me try to fast forward to 11:57, and we're gonna hear what whatchamacallit had to say. That's right, Cloud. The timing is off. Y'all remember how they did Whitney now? Whitney, Michael Jackson, and Prince. Okay, when they start speaking up. So yeah, you right, Cloud. Child. 11:57. But let me start right. What is this?
Viola Davis recently had an interview with Vanity Fair. The title is Viola Davis, My Entire Life Has Been a Protest. It's a phenomenal interview. I actually think I'm going to do a separate video on this, but I do want to highlight one of the moments where she said that she felt that she had betrayed herself and her people by starring in the movie The Help. I'll go more in depth in my next video. But here is a clip of Viola Davis speaking about the injustices in Hollywood as it pertains to pay and recognition and the difference between black women and white women in Hollywood.
And we won't talk about gender inequality of pay because a lot of the women who step forward, and I stand in solidarity with them, okay? What they're getting paid, which is half of what a man is getting paid, well, we get probably a tenth of what a Caucasian woman gets. And I'm number one on the control sheet. And then I have to go in and I have to hustle for my worth. That's what I feel like I'm doing. When I demand what I feel, listen, I have more than a 30-year profession.
We're doing 42 cities.
Sorry about that, y'all. Dirty commercial. Y'all know how they go.
Professional career. I had a friend who said, yeah, but Viola, your career is better than my career. I said, yeah, but you can't compare me to you. Because once again, I got the Oscar, I got the Emmy, I got the 2 Tonys. I've done Broadway, I've done off-Broadway, I've done TV, I've done film, I've done all of it. I have a career that's probably comparable to Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Sigourney Weaver. They all came out of Yale. They came out of Juilliard. They came out of NYU. They had the same path as me. And yet I am nowhere near them. Not as far as money, not as far as job opportunities, nowhere close to it. And yet I have to constantly get on that phone, and I have fabulous agents, by the way. They are getting it. But I have to get on that phone and people say, you're a black Meryl Streep. You are, and we love you. We love you. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that? You pay me what I'm worth. You give me what I'm worth.
And that's that on that. I'm just saying. But all right.
Shout out to Daytime Teatimes. That was Viola Davis speaking about the inequality in pay when it comes to black Hollywood actors and actresses as opposed to white Hollywood actors and actresses. And Viola Davis said the same thing that Monique said, which is pay me what I'm worth. Okay, you called me a black Meryl Streep. Okay, where's my money? Where's the money? Same thing that Monique been talking about forever, and she was vilified for it. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, thank you, Cloud. And I want y'all to hear that. And thanks, Lady Tia, for helping me find that. But yeah, making it happen, man. It's 75% less. Tamar Braxton said that the Kardashians make 75% more than Tamar and her family do for a reality show. And the Kardashians are not talented at all. They have no talent. Okay, they don't sing, they don't dance, they don't act. They just get on there and put on makeup and have build the bodies and stuff. Okay, and talk about all their mixed babies. All right. Cloud said the timing is strange. I believe the timing is strange too. And Tamar is absolutely too strong to want to harm herself. I absolutely agree with that. But like I said, y'all remember what happened to Prince? Okay, y'all remember when he wanted the masters to his music? And he went up against that record company and got his masters. And a little bit after that, now all of a sudden, Prince done died in the elevator of his own house. Okay? What happened to Michael Jackson? Okay? When he started speaking out, they try to call him a PEDO. Do you see what I'm saying? All of this stuff. And we ain't going to talk about Whitney Houston. All right? So, yeah, you got to really read between the lines when it comes to Hollywood. And now they throwing Nick Cannon in the bus. But all this is a direct response to how, the black Hollywood actresses and actresses, they are afraid to stand up to Hollywood and speak up. They don't want to stand together. Do you see what I'm saying? And that is why they will continue to be treated in the words of what Tamar Braxton treated like a slave. All right, like I told y'all earlier, even Mariah from Married to Medicine speaking up about pay inequality. All right, so while I'm on this computer, I want to switch gears for a minute and talk about Porsha Williams from, Porsha Williams is from and they be after Nene Leakes too. Nene Leakes been going at Bravo and what is that man's name, Andy Cohen or something like that, about how she's treated and made to look bad and all of this and all of that. You know what I mean? Hold on for a minute, y'all. Let me get this. Hold on. Let me try to mute this. Woo, child. Sorry about that, y'all. So let me find switch gears for a minute. Like I said, it was Brandy, child. She didn't know I was online, and she called me at 3:00 in the morning talking about something. It was a butt call. I thought something was wrong with the child. Y'all know these kids get on my nerves and stress me out, right? But anyway, let's switch gears for a minute, okay? But like I said, all of this is the reason why I said Black Hollywood in particular owes Monique an apology, okay? They drug her name through the mud, and she was speaking about how unequally she's being paid, in Hollywood by Netflix, all this and all that. And now, look at it, now Brandy on there, y'all. And now a lot of people are speaking up about the same thing that Monique was speaking up about. They owe her an apology. But let's switch gears and talk about Porsha Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta, the activist, Black Lives Matter activist Tamika Mallory, and Yandy Smith. And Yandy Smith is from, Love and Hip Hop. Well, they were arrested while protesting in front of the state's attorney's general office, which is a black man. They were arrested and charged with misdemeanor felonies because they were protesting for justice for Breonna Taylor. So he arrested them and charged them with misdemeanor felonies, honey. But at the same time, he taking pictures and all of and getting ready to be married to his Anglo fiance. Okay, but he don't put them in jail for protesting for justice for Breonna Taylor. Okay, and all of this happened in Louisville, Kentucky. So Chronicle Speaks did a video about that. And let me find out, because I know this one is on her channel. She didn't take it down, child. And I want y'all to hear what the video about what Chronicle Speaks had to say about that. And I think this is the video right here. And in this video, she's talking about Chronicle Speaks. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks once again. She's talking about Megan Thee Stallion being shot multiple times, allegedly, or whatever. I have to say allegedly, right? As well as Porsha Williams being charged with a felony. Okay, all of this stuff is going on. Pay attention. And I believe it is in direct response to people Black Hollywood starting to speak up. All the stuff that was going on with the Black Lives Matter protests and George Floyd and all of it and all that. This is, we talked about how all these Anglo companies and stuff were saying they stand with the Black community and they're supportive of Black Lives Matter. But now all of a sudden, they're doing all that when it was trending, but now they're paying them back for speaking up. See, that's what's really going on. You see what I'm saying? And so, yeah. Hold on, I don't know if this is the video or not, but I'm trying to show for to try to play it. Now, I just clicked onto that video, and y'all bear with me for a minute, and because I thought she had two videos about this. I don't know if this is the one, but hold on, this show ain't the one right there, chat. But I'm gonna try to find it, and we're gonna play the darn video. We're gonna do the darn thing. We're gonna play the audio anyway. Yeah, I think this is the video right here. And like I said, this is Chronicle Speaks. I don't know if y'all ever heard of her, but go check out her channel. So I'm going to play this audio right here. And it's about Megan Thee Stallion as well as Porsha and them being arrested. Okay, so I'm going to try to see if this is the right one. Gossip, but I will bring this is Chronicle Speaks, y'all.
Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Let's see if this is the one.
Please, I don't have any time for any Yes,
let's see. What is this right here? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
We always sitting up here worried about Megan Thee Stallion. We were afraid she might have been arrested dealing with Tory Lanez, and then they said that she ended up with glass in her foot and had to be rushed to the hospital. But sis has come out and said that she has been shot. But before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of this tea. Now let's get back into it. Now, I didn't report on this, but there was a big issue going on with Tory Lanez hanging out with Megan Thee Stallion and Kylie Jenner, and after they all hung out together, Tory Lanez ended up being arrested. Something happened with some gunshots, some bullets was going on, child. But Megan Thee Stallion ended up in the hospital, allegedly, with glass in her foot. But sis has come out and said that it wasn't glass, it was bullets in her body. She took to Instagram and said this: "The narrative that is being reported about Sunday morning's events are inaccurate, and I'd like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intentions to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. I'm incredibly grateful to be alive and that I'm expected to make a full recovery, but it was important for me to clarify the details."
Yeah, hold on a minute, y'all. She's talking about Megan Thee Stallion, but yeah, making it happen, man. They free. They got out on bail, but it's just the fact that the guy went back and charged her with misdemeanor felonies. Okay, and you black, you are clearly not seeking justice for Breonna Taylor, but you finna marry this white woman, right? Okay, so hold on a minute, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I gotta get this other one. Sorry about that, guys. Everybody and their mama want to call me when I'm on the phone, okay? I mean, when I'm online, all right? But anyway, before we finish this, Lady Tia said, "I'm still trying to figure out who shot Meg." Yeah, we talked about it at the top of the show, Lady Tia, and they're alleging that the Tory Lanez guy shot her, but I was also, thinking that it actually could be some kind of setup in response to the beef that she had going on with her, with that guy that managed her first. What is his name? Carl Crawford or something like that. And so, yeah. But anyway, let's continue. And like I said, this is Chronicle Speaks. She's talking about Megan Thee Stallion, but she's gonna go on to talk about Porsha. I believe this is the video. And so anyway, that's what I want to hear about. But honey, child, we're gonna play the video, okay? Because
about this traumatic night. I am currently focused on my recovery so I can return back to my life and back to making music as soon as possible. Then she said, "I was never arrested. This whole experience was an eye-opener and a blessing in disguise. I hate that it took this experience for me to learn how to protect my energy." Megan's best friend, Kelsey, said the following: "I want to clear up the rumors that I shot Megan. I wasn't the one with the gun and would never do something like that. However, I was present." And Megan's former hairstylist, I Am Jonathan, said Megan around too many fake MFers that just want to be around, ain't no real ish, and MF is not built like me at all. MFers know what's really real and genuine. And then her former makeup artist, Akilla Face, said, "I Am Jonathan, you was faking too with Megan to get on. Let's call a spade a spade. In real life, you know who got receipts. I Am Jonathan, been a fraud." And Jonathan clapped back by saying this: "See, let me set this ish straight. It's different levels and brackets in this ish. Megan was never a friend of this ninja. She regretted this ninja working for her. He's a real life clout chaser. Messy and ain't on ish. See, we from Texas. We don't rock like that. We been rocking and forever will. We both hustlers, so MFers that ain't on ish can't speak on ish. And I'ma leave this for the broke MFers because ain't nobody effing with me in real life." And one of Megan's producers posted and deleted this: Tory Lanez, count your days. Girl, what in the world happened to Megan? Who did it? It's too much going on, but since we're talking about people getting arrested, let's get into this.
Okay, here you go.
I woke up this morning to find out that Porsha Williams, Yandy Smith, and Tamika Mallory were all arrested yesterday and charged with felonies. Yes, honey, felonies. Now, I'm sure by now all of you have heard of the story of Breonna Taylor, and if you haven't, I'll tell it to you. Breonna Taylor was a 26-year-old African-American emergency medical technician that was fatally shot by Louisville Metro Police Department on March 13th. These were 3 plainclothes police officers that executed a no-knock search warrant in the middle of the night. Now, Breonna was there with her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, and it was nighttime. They were asleep. Now, they figured that someone was trying to break in their property, so Kenneth got his gun and he fired a shot. The police officers fired back 20 shots, 8 of which hit and killed Breonna Taylor. The police officers then retreated, did not assist Breonna Taylor, did not assist her boyfriend. He still didn't even know that it was the police officers that entered their home. He called the police thinking that someone had broken into their home, not knowing it was the police. The police tried very hard to hide what happened in this case. First of all, the police filed an incident report that was nearly entirely blank. The report stated that Taylor had no injuries, even though she died from several gunshot wounds. It also stated that no forced entry occurred.
Oh, commercial. Hold on, y'all. Take a minute for me to able to take it off.
Even though the police used a battering ram. And after all of these blanks in the report, it's hard to believe that it took 3 months to release it. And even after it was released, Louisville's mayor said this: "This is unacceptable. Full stop. It's issues like this that erode public confidence in Louisville Metro Police Department's ability to do its job, and that's why I've ordered an external top-to-bottom review of the department." And soon after that comment, Breonna's law was passed by Louisville Metro Council, banning use of no-knock warrants by LMPD, and the officer, Brett Hankinson, that shot and killed Breonna Taylor was fired. That's it. Fired. Not arrested, no court date, no hearing, not charged for murder, just fired. And things like this is what causes the public outrage. This young woman had a promising life ahead of her. And I don't care who you are, police or no police, you can't just go around killing people and just get fired. I know I can't do it. I know y'all can't do it. Well, activist Tamika Mallory has been doing everything that she can to bring awareness to this case. And on yesterday, Tamika, Porsha Williams, Yandy Smith, and over 100 others were arrested during a peaceful protest outside of Kentucky's Attorney General's home. Now, their Attorney General, Daniel Cameron, has the ability of charging Breonna's killers, but instead he's been posting engagement pictures and worrying about showing his true colors, literally. This is a 34-year-old Black Republican who wasn't even man enough to call Breonna Taylor's mother. He had someone else do it for him. Breonna's mother asked to have a sit down with him, and instead of him sitting down with her, he has avoided her at all costs and had someone else do it for him. Now, from what I hear, he worked very hard to get the Black vote, giving them hope that there would be change and he would be fair. All Cameron has done was seem to turn a blind eye, telling everyone to be patient while he vets the case. Yet the killer is running around free, and from what I'm being told, he's even trying hard to get his job back. Now, since the Attorney General is in the house, seemingly unbothered, a protest happened outside of his home. Tamika, Porsha, and Yandy were all a part of that protest, which eventually landed them in jail, all with felony and misdemeanor charges.
Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! We all know one is Beyonce to know. One is Beyonce to know. She won't get married in peace. They won't get married in peace. So long. And she lays sex to. And she lays sex to. And who won't charge the cops. 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 Arrest the cops. Arrest the cops. Arrest the cops. Arrest the cops.
Honey. So Chronicle Speaks is showing video of when one of the women was arrested, and I'm gonna put the links to these videos in the description box.
LMPD said in their statement that they asked the protesters to leave his lawn, and those that stayed were arrested. A total of 87 people, and each person was charged with intimidating a participant in a legal process, which is a Class D felony, disorderly conduct of the second degree, which is a Class B misdemeanor, and criminal trespass of the third degree, which is a violation. Now, Porsha had a feeling that she would be arrested, but as Sis said, she's about that life. I want you guys to take a listen to this.
Hey,
Butterflies.
huh?
Butterflies.
A little bit. I'll be lying if I said I didn't. They're like, they're definitely gonna end with me in handcuffs. But I'm about that. That's what we're here for. Breonna Taylor. Say her name.
Now, the protesters were arrested, and after 12 long hours, several of them have been released. Porsha, Mallory, and Yandy have agreed to not leave until everyone is out. Take a listen to this.
Yes! Yes! Yes, baby, yes! Really? 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 Yes! 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 Yeah, baby. Thank you. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Just be animals, let's sleep on that. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Hey, we're here for the long haul. So, we're here to make sure that they got out today. The court system, the judges, they did what they needed to do, and they did release all of the protesters on their packages. So now it's up to the jail. Mayor Fisher makes some calls with these people out from the hospital. The Trump president signature with that felony. Intimidating a participant. Why do you feel that is an inappropriate charge? First, what threat? There was no threat to kill or injure Daniel Cameron. There is no rule against peaceful protesters. They protested on this property. Everyone was peaceful. People saw it on camera. These protesters were peaceful. There was no threat to kill or injure Daniel Cameron. All they asked them to do is to do this job. And that's all we want. That's right. Thank you very much.
Now, according to Tamika Mallory, this is the felony charge that Daniel J. Cameron and the Louisville Metro Department of Corrections thinks applies to peaceful protesters, yet Breonna Taylor's murderers are still free. And the charge is intimidating a participant of a legal process. It says a person is guilty of intimidating a participant in the legal process when, by use of physical force or a threat directed to a person he believes to be a participant in a legal process. I'm telling you right now, Daniel J. Cameron and the police department is using this as an intimidation tactic to shut people up. But we cannot be silenced. As they said, no justice, no peace. F these racist ass police. It's not happening. As much as they want this situation to be swept under the rug, our eyes are now open to it. We know exactly what happened to Breonna Taylor, and we need those officers charged, period. Breonna can't go home anymore. Breonna can't rest anymore. Neither should these police officers. They need to be charged. And Daniel J. Cameron needs to hold them accountable instead of trying to be one of those good old boys. Y'all about to get me upset, and I'm not trying to go there, honey. But what I want you to do is leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the arrest with Porsha Williams, Tamika Mallory, Yandy Smith, and over 87 others that were charged with these felonies. What do you think is going to happen with these felonies? Do you feel like any of these charges are going to stick? And do you think that this is going to stop the future protesters from protesting from fear of getting a felony? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below.
Anyway, that was an excellent video. Shout out once again to Chronicle Speaks. I'm going to put the video that I played at Daytime Teatimes and Viola Davis, as well as Chronicle Speaks, talking about this. I'm going to put the video and Monique's video in the description box so y'all can go watch them videos. You won't have to search for them like I did, honey. But these women did an excellent job speaking on these topics, and that's why I want to they articulated what was going on, you know, in a very appropriate manner, in an excellent manner. And that's why I wanted to play the audio for the videos for you guys. And like I said, I'm going to put them in the description box so you won't have to go hunt for them and get no help from Lady Tia like I did, okay? But yeah, so that's what happened to Tamika Mallory, Porsha Williams, and Yandy. They were arrested and charged with felonies for doing nothing more than protesting. And the black state's attorney, he posted pictures about him, his fiance, and his Anglo wife to get married. But in the meantime, you are doing all this extra stuff to these black women seeking justice for another black woman. Do you see what I'm saying? All of this shady stuff is going on in Hollywood, and as well as the protests are still going on, even though they're not trending topics, these protests anymore, but they are still going on. Do you see what I'm saying? And whatever is going on with Megan Thee Stallion, poor baby, she better be careful. You in danger, girl. You in danger. Okay? And so people are speculating. I seen something from Cloud that said, I want to read that. And Cloud said that it could be the ex-baseball player. It could be Meg Thee Stallion's ex-manager, Carl Crawford. I thought that was his name, Carl Crawford, that shot her. Or, Tory Lanez, that somebody allegedly could have possibly paid him to do all this. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's what's going on with Meg Thee Stallion. What is his name? Poor little Nick Cannon. He's still being drugged through the mud. And all of these people basically are speaking out for the injustices that are going on, not only in Hollywood, but in this country as it pertains to police violence. Okay. And like I said, but Monique was doing this when nobody else was doing it, and she was called crazy and hard to work with. They blackballed her, all of this and all that. And that is the purpose of this video. Really, is to say that they owe Monique an apology. Do you see what I'm saying? Because she was right. But nobody has brought up Monique's name. I don't even think Monique has said, done a video saying, basically, I told you so. Even though she told them so. They got mad at Monique for speaking up because, they didn't want their little situation to be hindered in any kind of way, about Monique speaking up. But now, in light of all of these Black Lives Matter protests and all this and all that, they felt like they could finally speak up and have a voice. You know what I mean? But honey, they was wrong about that too, because they are still they are being these Black Hollywood, they're trying to shut them up. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. They're trying to shut them up. They're coming at them, and all of this and all that. They're threatening their careers and everything else. Because they want equal justice. They want to be paid fairly and everything else. Do you see what I'm saying? I think that's jacked up. And that is one of the reasons why I want to do this video this morning. And I was trying to find that video that I did a long time ago about Monique, in case you guys weren't familiar with that story about what went on with her and Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels about and Oprah Winfrey about the Precious movie. And I hope Monique don't never take her foot off Oprah Winfrey's neck, because like Oprah, and did you know that Tony Braxton, since we're talking about the Braxtons, did you know that Tony Braxton even spoke out a little while ago about how badly Oprah treated her and talked about her? She got Tony Braxton on the show. And she started talking about, how badly Tony Braxton manages her money, and about all the time that Tony Braxton done, found bankruptcy and all of this and all of that. Oprah did her wrong, and Tony Braxton felt like, she was mistreated in that interview. And, she has spoke out a couple of times about Oprah as well. It's not only Monique. A couple of people, hey, Alana, a couple of people have spoken out against Oprah and her shenanigans, because like Monique said, and a whole lot of people said, honey, she is not for Black people. Clearly she is not for Black people. But I'm trying to find this video for you guys before we close. And thanks you guys so much for sticking with me, because it's been well over an hour, honey. Oprah is horrible. I absolutely agree. And then Dwayne Ray gonna throw some real shade at somebody, honey. Go tweet his support for Nick Cannon and then walking back, child, walking back. They know they just need a hush in general. Okay, the ways him and Gabrielle Union, child, I don't even. I can't even, I don't know if I still got this video of her or not. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find a video that I made a long time ago about Monique's situation because, like I said, Monique is my girl. I am a fan of Monique. Okay. And they are also, before I close, since we're talking about all this entertainment news, they are also, yeah, that's right, Marsh baby. She came out against Michael Jackson, but not Harvey Weinstein. Child. Don't make no sense. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting to. Oh, here we go. Here's one of them. Anyway, okay. So here's a video that I did 2 years ago, and I'm gonna play it for you guys because it's my video and I can do that. Okay. And Alana said, exactly, Miss Olivia. Everybody owes Monique an apology. They sure do. She told everybody what was going on. Nobody wanted to believe her. Say it all comes out. Say it all comes out. The old saying, the baby out with the woods. Child, you done lost me, Alana, but Monique was telling the truth. All right. So let me give y'all this. Lady T said I'm on point to you. Yeah, it was 2 years ago, child. And I'm gonna play this video for y'all that I did about Monique. And the title of this video is I did a couple of them. Monique, Steve Harvey interview, my thoughts. I did that one about Monique. Y'all, like I said, Monique is my girl, honey. She my girl. They still on my timeline, on my community feed. But I'm going to play this one right here for you guys since I'm on here and I don't been on here so long. Steve Harvey did her wrong. He was really wrong for that, okay? And anyway, here's the one about Monique. And the title, I titled it T. Monique releases secret recordings of her and Tyler Perry talking about why she was blacklisted. And this is the one that I want to play because I guess I played the recording because Monique recorded the conversation that she had with Tyler Perry. Okay, saying that he was going to stick behind her, but come find out, honey, he didn't just stick behind her. He threw her under the bus, honey, right along with Oprah. Okay, so anyway, let's see what the video said, chat, because from 2 years ago, I don't know what I said or even how I sounded, chat, but we're going to try it, girl. Here you go. Hold on. Let me turn it up. Hold on. It's amazing that I got hold on. Oh shoot, what'd I do? Child me in his phone. It don't be working. Oh, what's up, YouTube? How y'all doing this afternoon? So I got some tea for y'all. So remember earlier we were talking about Monique and what she went through with Netflix. So Monique has recently, now I don't know when exactly she did it. I don't know if it was today or yesterday or over the weekend, but she released some secretly recorded tapes, a conversation between her and Tyler Perry concerning the precious money, the money she didn't get, the money she deserved, and the fact that Tyler Perry thought that she was treated badly. So I'm gonna play you guys 3 excerpts from the tape. I don't want this video to go on too long, but I am also going to place the link in the comment section of the website, the website or the whatever it is. I'm gonna call it a website. It is a website. The name of the website that she gave the secret recordings to was a site called rollingout.com. And on rollingout.com there are these 3 tapes right here. You can read you can read what she said and also listen to the tapes before. And I don't know why she's released these tapes now, but she's done released them, y'all. Okay, so hold on. But now we know why she released them.
From these tapes. And once again, I'm going to put the link to this page right here in the comment section. Hold on. What you gonna do?
This is Tyler Perry and Monique.
Whatever money is coming in for Precious, and I'm gonna send that to you. I'm gonna send it over to you. Whatever it is, I'm sending it to you.
Well, let me say this.
He did not send her no precious money.
Again, I'm gonna write you a check for me. Seriously, because no, hear me. Because this is the thing about this. And when we start talking about this, we're doing this and this, we're doing that, and black people doing this, black people doing that. What we need to understand about that is this: where we are right now and what we're trying to do we got some opportunities that a lot of those people didn't have. So what I don't want you to feel one day, not one day, is that you were mistreated or that you were treated unfairly. Now, if that means that that's what I need to do, then you do that. You do that. You take that and take it from a place of love.
Let me tell you where I'm gonna take it from.
Okay, so let me play you guys a little excerpt of this second tape.
It's like, don't throw us no chump change, because we had to go through a movie audit with Lee for monies that he didn't get. And they're saying that he did something with the money from the movie. Okay? These are the things that we had to deal with. So to speak about the dollars that you go, that's the thing that I have to deal with too, because I bought the movie to Lionsgate. Listen to what I'm saying though. Listen, Tyler. This is what I need you to hear me. How long? In life, you can't walk around mad at everybody because one person did something to you. You must be able to compartmentalize where your frustrations lie. So when you say that you had the things going on with the movie, and then you had it with Lee, and then Monique, you're lumping everyone together. And that's what people of color have a tendency of happening to them, thinking they're all this way. See, if you just focus specifically on the interaction with Monique and yourself and it ain't never been anything but cordial, even in times of disagreement, because our thing is we're not looking to. It's like we said on the podcast, who in the hell wrote the story about how David stepped to Goliath and said,
okay, y'all going to play this a little excerpt from this third tape for you guys.
What is ugly and nasty, Tyler, about saying, because we're not talking about the comedy skit. You're obviously not hearing what I'm saying. No. Here's the thing. You said you don't want any chump change. Does that mean you do not want the money for pressures or what?
Wait a minute, Tyler. Wait a minute, brother. Hold up. Because see, now what happens is the billionaire's starting to come out.
Right.
Now what's happening is when you call and say, I didn't mean for this to take this long, brother, you called us. And see, what that said was when we first got the call, I'm going to tell you some real stuff. My heart skipped a beat because I said, okay, we get ready to talk to a real cat because he reached out. But
anyway, y'all, I hope y'all will. Okay, so that is the actual phone call between Tyler Perry, Monique, and her husband. Monique went on to say that Tyler Perry, he didn't, ever send her any monies for Precious. But did y'all hear about them talking about Lee Daniels? Let me tell you about Lee Daniels and money. Lee Daniels is always, caught up in something concerning money, something scandalous is with money, because Lee Daniels, what is his name? Dame Dash, I believe it was. He had to come out in public and let the world know that Lee Daniels never paid him back for the money that Dame Dash loaned him so that he could make the movie. What was it about the butler? Something about the butler or something like that. But anyway, after Lee Daniels got that movie, he sold that movie, he never paid Dame Dash the money back. So when they're talking about Lee Daniels being shady with the money, a couple of people have said that Lee Daniels is shady with the money. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's what they were talking about when they were mentioning Lee Daniels. Do you see a $2 million loan? Okay, thank you, Lady T. I did a video. He did pull up on him. What was it? At Diana Ross's one of her birthday parties or something like that. Child, I did a video. I did a video about that too, honey. I don't know if that's still on my channel either, but yeah, I did a video about that too. Do you see what I'm saying? Then I also did a video when I was talking about, I was letting everybody listen to what Steve Harvey, how he tried to put Monique in her place. Do you see what I'm saying? Steve Harvey always going around talking about he for black people, all this, her, and all that there. And then you're going to try to put Monique in her place the same way Whoopi Goldberg did. So like I said, that is why they owe Monique an apology in Black Hollywood. Now, I ain't going to hold my breath wait to see if she gonna get an apology from these people, because we know she ain't gonna get no apology. But yet still, she's still blackballed. Nobody wants to work with Monique anymore. All this and all that. But meanwhile, people like Viola Davis is going around saying the same thing that Monique was saying. Are they gonna stop giving Viola Davis work? So yeah, Will Packer. That's right. Will Packer owes. I did a video about that lady, Tia. Will Packer, he owes her an apology too. He also tried to say that she was hard to work with, yada yada this and yada yada that. It don't even make no sense the way they treated her and drug her name through the mud, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah. But Lee Daniels and Dame Dash, you're right about that, Brandy. He ain't no joke. You know what I mean? And he tracked Lee Daniels down so that he can get his money. Because Lee Daniels, he said he seen Lee Daniels making all this money. He done sold the movie, all this and all that. He still ain't paid him his money back. So I think that they came to some kind of agreement, and now I believe that Lee Daniels paid him his money or some money or something like that. Child, there's so much going on in Black Hollywood. It's a hot mess, okay? Everybody's still scared of Oprah. All this and all that. Oprah still running around, being real quiet when it comes to people about Harvey Weinstein. But then she'll try to put somebody like Snoop Dogg and Michael Jackson and whoever else in their place. Do you see what I'm saying? And so it don't make no sense. But I want y'all to hear that. I really did. And I got an audio. Do y'all hit the one if y'all want to hear this interview that Monique had with Steve Harvey or not? Or if not, we'll just go on and close. You know what I mean? I didn't realize we had been on here almost 2 hours, but I want to make my case for my girl Monique. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why I played all these receipts, and also I also want to let y'all know what was going on with Meg Stallion and Porsha and them, as well as Nick Cannon. And they still throwing people in. But y'all want to hear the video? Okay, we're gonna play this video right here. This video is, I'm gonna play some of it because it's 31 minutes long, right? So this is Monique and Steve Harvey interview, my thoughts, and I said it's the audio of the interview, okay? And so, Miss Till, you done missed it, child. You're gonna have to go back and listen to the replay. Thank you, child, for joining in, for coming in and saying something. That's right, Lady Till. We ride with Monique. Monique was right the whole time. The whole time. Ain't nobody giving her props. I said, let me come on and do a video about Monique. Sure am, because she was right. They owe her an apology. Anyway, here go the video. Let me roll this audio. Hold on, here we go. Oh, sorry about the commercial, child. You don't know where that go. Whoosh, yeah. Okay.
Squirrel. Well, that was clearly a lie.
Okay, hold on. Let me rewind it a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. I'm showing some pictures. I used to do some good video.
Good morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today?
Hey.
So the long-awaited Steve Harvey and Monique interview has finally surfaced. Everybody's talking about it. First thing I want to say about it, and I'm going to play, there are 2 parts of the interview. I'm going to play both clips for you guys. But first, let me say, did y'all catch game here? Let me tell you what game was in case you didn't catch it. Now, we know that Steve Harvey's show has been going down the drain for years, right?
Okay.
We also know that it's rumored that Steve Harvey is bucking for the Wendy Williams spot, right? Because Wendy Williams clearly has allowed, I'm sorry, I can't talk, y'all. It's early, I had no coffee, but she's clearly allowed her abusive husband to destroy her career, right? So anyway, somebody put out to the blogs, gave an exclusive to one of the blogs. I think it was one of these bloggers on YouTube that Monique allegedly threatened to slap Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey said, peep game now, that if you slap me, Monique, your husband and me, we're going to have to come out here and square up. Well, that was clearly a lie, because none of that went on this interview. It was clearly just, the whole illusion, a lie to get the show trending, because Steve Harvey ain't had this much talk about his show in years.
himself or his show. Okay, because it was clearly a setup to get everybody to watch the show, number one, right? And number two, it was also a setup because they wanted Steve Harvey because he's one of the gatekeepers of Hollywood, one of the Black Hollywood gatekeepers. Okay. They wanted him to come out publicly and chastise Monique. Yep. Okay. Yep. And make her know that she needs to apologize to Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels because they are also very powerful Black gatekeepers. You know, because she hasn't said nothing wrong against the truly powerful people in Hollywood. Her fight is with other Black people. Okay. But they need these people behind Tyler Perry and Oprah and Steve Harvey and all of them. They want these Black folks to fix it. They want them to fix it. Because they're losing money, okay? They're losing money. Number one, because Monique is not going to bow down. She is unapologetic in what she said because Steve Harvey even admits that all of them said she did nothing wrong. That's right. Okay? But Steve Harvey is saying now, I'm sorry, Monique, for not speaking up for you publicly. I didn't speak up for you publicly because it ain't what you said, it's how you said it. Basically, you done shuck and jive enough. You done finessed the situation enough, and that's why you blackballed right now. Okay? And a lot of people are taking sides. Of course, I'm on Monique's side. But I also, to a certain degree, not the shucking and jiving part, but to a certain degree, I understand what Steve Harvey is saying. He's basically saying, don't hate the player. Don't. Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's a commercial. Anyway, I felt like at the time, this video was a year ago, that Steve Harvey was giving her some good advice. Hold up. And he was saying don't hate the player, hate the game or whatever. And I felt like that somewhat he was giving her a little bit of good advice at the time as it pertained to her career because they blackballed her. You see what I'm saying? And I wanted her to continue to be able to provide for her family. And so that's why I said I understand what he was saying. That was my train of thought a year ago as it pertains to the Steve Harvey Monique interview. I just want to preface that before I begin to say that. Now, like, I still wish that Monique was still doing work because we all miss Monique. Do you see what I'm saying? But Monique, when you finally can't take it no more, you just gotta talk. You know, you just gotta speak up, even if ain't nobody listening. Even if your career gonna be ruined, you gotta at least say it. But I still feel like she ain't never gonna say it. But I still feel like maybe Monique wish she wouldn't have went as hard because we haven't heard nothing about Monique doing any kind of stand up or anything since she had a residency in Las Vegas. You see what I'm saying? And so I haven't heard anything else about any work that Monique has done. And I love Monique. I wish I could have went to see her in Vegas. But anyway, I just wanted to preface that with me saying that I understand where he's come from as far as don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Because I do understand where he's coming from. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do to get what you want, especially when you're having to deal with a whole bunch of these Anglos. Because for years and years and years, I worked with a whole lot of different groups of people, and you have to be as savvy as they are when it comes to you getting what you want. Do you see what I'm saying? If I would have went in my office and cussed out all those Anglos like I wanted to every single day, and I had to give myself a prep talk before I even went into the office so I wouldn't go off on these people because they are less qualified than me. They are less than me. They are not as educated as I am on the subject, yet and still you 23 years old and you think you're gonna come in there and be my boss and tell me what to do. Okay? But I live in Tennessee and y'all know how that go. But anyway, that is what I was referring to when I understand what he was talking about. Because sometimes to get what you want, honey, you gotta play the game. You know, you gotta play the game. And that's right, A-Class, you gotta beat them at their own game. You know what I mean? You have to beat them at their own game. But if you're going there popping off, you just pretty much ain't going to have no job. You know what I mean? Whether you're more qualified or not. If you don't play the office politics, you just pretty much ain't going to have no job. You know what I mean? That's just the bottom line. That's what happened to Monique and it's happened to, a lot of black actors. You know, they try to play Denzel Washington like that years and years ago, but Denzel played Hollywood a different way. Do you see what I'm saying? He played him a different way. You know what I mean? It was some movies that he would not do unless he was going to do them his way. He was not going to make him put on a dress. He wasn't going to be in a movie where he shucked and jived and all this and all that. I saw a Denzel interview to where, you know, he said it's certain roles that he just flat out refused to play. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I love Denzel Washington in the way that he played the game. He beat him at his own game. You know what I mean? He did that interview, as a matter of fact, after he did Training Day, because a lot of people couldn't believe that, because you know that, and I veered off for the side, y'all, but, you know, forever we've seen Denzel in movies where Denzel is the hero. Do you see what I'm saying? And in Training Day, he did a whole flip and change on a person. And he played a dirty cop, which he won an Oscar for playing that dirty cop. And at first, when he won that Oscar for playing a dirty cop, I thought that they gave that Oscar to Denzel Washington for playing a dirty cop, because he finally did what they wanted him to do. Do you see what I'm saying? But that is not the reason why they gave him an award upon reflection. I figured that they gave Denzel Washington that award for playing a dirty cop because we have always seen him play the hero role in the way, and we've seen him and brilliantly play Malcolm X. Do you see what I'm saying? And he was absolutely his higher self when he played, you know, Malcolm X and all of those movies where he was playing a hero. But to be able to come out of your higher self and to play your lower self as perfectly as Denzel did in Training Day, baby, he deserved that Oscar, okay? Because he did that thing in Training Day, okay? He did it. That's why they gave him that Oscar. That's the reason why. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, because he did that. He deserved that Oscar. Denzel is also somebody, in my opinion, that's probably been underpaid in Hollywood. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, Jesus. And anyway, let's get back to this Monique thing. I just want to tell y'all why I somewhat agree with Steve Harvey said about having to play the game. Because we all know that's been in the business where even if you got a job, honey, this anywhere where an Anglo is in control, you know you got to play the game. That's just keeping it real. That's just real talk and how we got to maneuver in the real world. You literally have to figure out how to maneuver under this system of white supremacy racism if you're not going to be out on the street homeless. Okay? Because we know a lot of us don't have generational wealth. All right? And so you got to do what you got to do to get what you want to get, and honey, even to survive a lot of time in this world. So anyway, honey, let's continue, child. Let's continue. That I had to preface that. I know I veered off for a while, but I was like, shoot, honey, it's over 2 hours, honey. Can we talk? Anyway, here we go, y'all. Here we go. And I love this video. I really need to start focusing more on entertainment news again because I'm real good at it. Hit the one if y'all think I'm real good at entertainment news. Child. Anyway, here we go. This video is from a year ago, too, by the way. Get it right. But anyway, he's saying it ain't what you said, it's how you said it, basically. So anyway, let me play these 2 parts of the interview, and I might interject and pause it and say what I got to say, okay? During the course of these 2 interviews. So anyway, let's get started. Thank you, Tanya, Jasmine, Brandy, Make It Happen, Manny, Snazzy Girl, Alicia.
Baby, he be saying it like I'm a problem.
Oh, you have been a problem.
Well, Steve, okay.
What was it? Let's go.
Let's go.
You started getting labeled as difficult.
Unique lady, A-class, thank y'all.
That happened.
Alicia.
And do you see that changing and why?
I got labeled as difficult, my husband and my husband is Sydney, who happens to be my manager. We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels. And I said no to Lionsgate.
Thank you, Brandy.
And the difficulty came in when people that look like me, like Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels, and I got to put my brother Steve on the list. Y'all knew I was not wrong. Each one of you said to me, Monique, you're not wrong. And when I heard you go on the air and you said, my sister done burned too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for her now. Steve, do you know how hurt I was?
Simone, now let me give you this. because you and I had this conversation. I thought you went about it wrong. See, I felt that you had done yourself a disservice by the way you chose to go about it.
Tell me how I went about it.
I was cool with you with your deal with Netflix. I was cool with you. The two problems that we had. Number one, the boycott of Netflix.
Yes.
We never gave people a point of action. Okay, if we're gonna boycott, are we gonna not get subscriptions? Are we gonna turn it off? Or are we gonna go down there and get signs? The second point what was coming to me was this problem that you had in Netflix is rich people problems. Because they're looking at us going, you talking about you didn't get millions. When you got this, you ought to be cool.
But when you say, Mo, it's the way you want about it. And I want to explain that, and I thank you for saying that. Inequality is devastating, and it's extreme. And when people said, Monique, do you think calling a boycott was extreme? You're damn right. But isn't inequality extreme? So we've got to get to a place where we're unafraid to say it out loud. What I would have loved, what I would have appreciated from my brother was had you picked up the phone before you went on the air and said, Monique, you've burned too many bridges and it's nothing I can do. See, I would have appreciated had my brother called me up and said, baby, let's talk. Because you doing that was a part of me being difficult.
Now, before that, though,
yes, baby.
Remember the moment on stage.
Just let me say that.
Well, I'm gonna say
Monique is telling Steve that you hurt me.
right.
You hurt me because as a
Right.
black man, as a mentor, you would
Right.
not stand up for me
Right.
against these other black people, against a Tyler Perry, against a Oprah, against a Lee Daniels. And they all know I did nothing wrong because you all said I did nothing wrong. But because y'all scared of the people behind us, but because y'all are so afraid of ruffling the feathers of the people that own us, you was too scared to stand up for me. And it hurt my feelings. And when she had said that and done all of that stuff, it was then too late for her to backtrack. And Monique is more worried about her legacy. She is unapologetic for what she said, in part because she said and did nothing wrong. And these gatekeepers told her that she said and did nothing wrong. It's just the way that she went about it. The ego. She bruised too many egos. Not to mention the fact that them black folks know that she was telling the truth because they don't value black actors and entertainers and black and Hollywood the way that they value the Anglo actors and entertainers, because black actors and entertainers are paid far less than their worth. And Monique is just tired of being paid far less for her worth. She knows her worth. She has pride. And she wants pride, dignity, and respect.
That's right.
Because that is owed to her. Respect, pride, and dignity is due to a dog.
Amen. Come on, Oracle girl. Come on.
She's tired of it. And she said, I done had enough and I ain't taking it no more. And Steve said, it ain't what you said, it's how you said it. I don't appreciate him trying to mute her because when he's cutting her off, if you will notice, it's very misogynistic. It's very authoritative. And he ain't the one to be trying to exude no authority over nobody. Because you shucking and jiving and kissing the white man's ass, basically. So anyway, let's go.
Come on, girl.
Oh, yes.
That Oracle is a bad. She's bad, bitch. She's bad.
That Richard Pryor whispered in my ear and said, say it. You say it. Because I'm going to tell you to say that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Monique, my girl. I don't care what nobody say.
As I said on the Steve Harvey show, I do not regret one moment of that night on that stage.
Now, in case you don't know, Mo told Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lee Daniels to suck her private parts.
She did.
Well, you said if I had one, I want them three to suck my private parts.
Oh, yes, you did.
It wasn't private parts on stage. So now, then I went, I quit breathing. I quit breathing for you.
I did.
What happened to you, Mo? was when you made that statement, the narrative got flipped. It wasn't about Netflix no more. It wasn't about Netflix no more. The attention was all off of where we needed to go.
That's true.
That was before Netflix.
So good. So now when you bring up Netflix, it don't get no win, but you done just said this to these three people. And these three people,
yes,
not because they're powerful, but because of who they've come. And what happens is, I told you, we can't cure darkness with more darkness.
Thank you, Lady Tia. I always look forward to your commentary. Thank you, Garrett, for the super chat.
What you were saying, and I understand the context of what you were saying, Monique. But what you did.
Can I just pause right here for a minute and thank you once again for the super chat, Lady Tia? Can that Oracle speak? Can she speak out? Hit the one if that Oracle can speak. Oh, child. Anyway, let's continue. Child on it.
When you made that very public, very ignorant statement, you rendered your stance mute. You muted what you had to say. You was right in what you were saying. You was right in fighting for your worth. But when you made that very ignorant statement, and it went all the way around the world, it went viral, you muted your argument. You muted your argument via ignorance. That is what he's trying to tell her. You didn't finesse that situation correctly. You flew all off the handle because you had the husband, and I forget his name, in the ear, and you just did that. And it was wrong because you muted your stance. It ain't what you said, it's how you said it. So let's continue.
It was comedy. And what I'm not going to do, Steve, I'm never, ever going to waver from my comedy show on that stage. That's my gift, and that's my freedom. And what happens is when you allow people to start taking your freedom and your gift and making it become what makes them comfortable.
Thank you, Snazzy girl.
When you called me with the morning show on the phone, I said to you,
let me just say, now, Monique know good and well that freedom ain't free.
Okay.
Freedom is not free.
It is not free.
And since we don't run nothing in this country, it ain't what you say.
It's how you say it. Okay.
So let's continue. I just have to put that little part in there right there.
Come on, girl.
Steve, my family is suffering behind this. And y'all know I did nothing wrong. Y'all know my husband did nothing wrong. But none of y'all in real time, was strong enough to go publicly and say, we can't throw our sister under the bus.
Cosmo, listen to me. We fighting two wars here.
What war?
There's two wars. It's what your issue is, and it's what the perception of the issue is.
Right.
And the narrative has changed.
See, I'm hearing what you're saying, baby, and I agree with it when the narrative changes. But if all of y'all said, this is the only issue I have with it, baby. When all of y'all said,
she got to drop the phone. Oh, Lord, y'all got it messed up. Hold on.
One of the countries.
Oh, Lord, sorry about that, y'all. I hit the phone. Then we got to do a commercial. Hold on.
Privately.
Okay, here we go.
To include Oprah. All of y'all said privately, I've done nothing wrong.
When you tell the truth, you have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. Listen to me. Your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here.
Let me tell you something.
That flexing, we got to flex a different way. We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
But
we in the money game. And you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You cannot
We're in
help
the money
them.
game. But let me tell you what the game is before the money game.
Like
before the money game, it's called the integrity game. And we've lost the integrity worrying about the money.
But
wait a minute.
If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble, I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement. There are ways to win the war in a different way.
Let me just say that not only Monique felt sorry when Steve Harvey said, if I can't play this game basically because if I stand up for myself and I exude my pride as a black man and I let you guys know that I know my worth, I'm scared that my family is going to starve. I'm scared that we're going to be put back into the poorhouse. Okay, and when he said that, I felt that so deeply because Steve Harvey is a perfect example of a black man that has lived his whole life in America bound down to the white man. Bound down to white supremacy racism. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth.
Here is the example of what so many young, pride-filled black men rail against. So when you hear these young people on here saying Steve Harvey is cooning and shucking and jiving, this is what they're talking about. But what they're saying is a black man older than them that has lived in America all of his life, and he done learned that the only way I can make it in this world is if I kiss these people butt. So I'm going to have to swallow my pride, and I'm going to have to swallow my dignity, and I'm going to have to swallow my self-respect so that I can garner just a little bit of generational wealth in hopes that my children will do better. But in swallowing your pride, your dignity, and respect, what you're doing is you're showing them exactly what not to do. And Monique is saying she's not willing to swallow her pride, her dignity, and respect because she is more worried about her legacy, even more than the money, even more than her generational wealth. She wants her legacy to be to her children and to a lot of young people that I stood up to the man because I know my worth, I know my value, and I'm not going to let you treat me like a slave. I'm not going to let you roll all over me and make me bow down and kiss your feet for a few scraps that you throw off the table. Because I ain't your dog. And that is what Monique is saying. And that is what that's what Steve Harvey wishes that he could do. You know, and he doesn't know even how to relate to Monique and her dealing with her legacy. He simply doesn't know how to. He can't fathom it. He can't even fathom it as a black man, and it's so sad. But anyway, let me play the second part, if I can, to this interview for you guys, okay? Like, I really feel bad for Steve Harvey and a lot of black men like him, you know? And I feel bad, and I feel Monique's pain because I cannot imagine me looking to my black man, my black mentors, my elders, to protect me. And I'm out here all by myself having to protect myself. Yeah, she got Sydney, the husband, in her ear, but he is worthless in this situation because he is not the talent. This is Monique's career. This is not Sydney's career. So he can amen her and pat her on the back in the background all he wants to. It don't make a difference. He is not the talent. But anyway, let me try to play the second part for you guys. Hold on.
Before ourselves, we had, I could not even tell you, maybe 100 different systems. And now we're
here with my sister Monique, and we're getting real. Come on, so listen to me. Here is what I want you to understand about this whole thing.
Yes.
As we try to come through this, because what I want really is for you to come through, because I know who you really are. And so what I want you to do is come through this with a different way. Because you, Monique, you my girl. I love you like a sister. I hate what's happening to you. I hate what they're saying that's not true. I want them to know that you are carried, that you're a great mother, that you're an incredible talent. I don't like the fact that you've been blackballed. You can be unblackballed. You too talented to have to worry about all this where the next one coming from. I want this to end for you. But I want it to end for you, Monique, because I love you. Because these people are doing it the wrong way, and you better than that. You are better than that. I probably should have called you as soon as, but I didn't. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't. When I did call you, I listened to you. But I began telling you at the very beginning, I think we're going about this the wrong way. Now, we keep saying stuff in the interim that keeps just making it worse. Hollywood know you,
but it's making it worse for who?
It's making it worse.
For who?
Okay, if you think it's cool, then it's cool.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not cool, Mo.
For who?
It's not cool.
For who?
The fact that we're sitting here arguing like this.
We're not arguing.
Okay, we're discussing.
You and your sister, we having a conversation that mommy and daddy ain't here right now, and I'm getting ready to punch you in your mouth. That's the conversation. Bam, bam. Right. I think what happens, though, is I've had to understand.
See, everybody took that little statement right there and ran with it. And she didn't mean that in a derogatory way. What she was saying, make it hard for who? Because this is me and you, two black people, a black man and a woman, sister and brother talking right now. So the only people that we really making it hard for is mommy and daddy. And mommy and daddy is these moguls behind these black gatekeepers. Because the only thing that the moguls, the ones behind Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lee Daniels, and Steve Harvey, the only thing they want these black people to do is stop fighting and make up with each other so that they can keep making their money. Okay, because you best believe, I don't know if I said it or not, but you best believe that there are movies on the shelf right now in Hollywood that can't be made without Monique. Okay? Because if you don't have somebody like Monique, who is ultra talented, Oscar winner, at the top of her game, an extraordinary comedian, an extraordinary dramatic actress, you can't give that role to somebody like a Tiffany Haddish because the movie is going to flop. So they need these black people, these gatekeepers, to make up with Monique, and they need Monique to make up with them so these people behind these black gatekeepers can continue to make their money. But Monique said, I'm not bowing down. I'm not flinching. I am unapologetic in my stance because you will treat me with pride, dignity, and respect because I know my worth. And you will not make me apologize for my legacy, for my taking a stance, because people are looking at me. The future is looking at me. And when you see somebody like Monique have to stand alone, it is so sad because that is what we black women more often than not have to do is stand alone. Because our black men, some of our black men like Steve Harvey and a Lee Daniels and a Tyler Perry, they are too afraid to take a stand. And unless we unite and take a stand together, things are always going to be this way. Always. And that is what Monique is saying. And her feelings is hurt. And we got flim-flammed out of thinking that Monique and Steve Harvey was going to fight because they love each other. Her feelings was hurt. He trying to apologize and save face, but he also want her to fix it because they want him to fix it, you know. And they want Monique to put on her actor's hat and apologize, you know, basically fake it till you make it. Publicly apologize to Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels so she can continue making these white folks money. Because these white folks don't care nothing about these black folks and their egos. They just care about making these movies so they can make $1. And Monique, and basically she like, cool, but pay me what I'm worth. Because I'm not picking all this cotton and making no money no more. Y'all gonna have to pay me what I'm worth. And they scared of Monique because she's setting an excellent example. Excellent example. As to how you're supposed to conduct yourself. Because you have to demand your respect. Man. You have to demand it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you willingly. You have to demand it. And when you know your worth, and when you don't bow down, you are demanding your respect. And that makes people like Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and Steve Harvey, and Lee Daniels scared. Because they done got comfortable, and they don't want to fight. They just want to get along to get along. They just want to shuck and jive and tap dance around issues because they done got comfortable. And they done brought Steve Harvey out here like, look, man, if you fix this, you might get the Wendy Show spot. We know your show is going down the drain. We might extend it for a couple of years, even though it ain't crap. Even though I ain't worried about it. Because look at what we're doing. We got you trending right now. All you got to do is get on your show and make Monique bow down. You're a black man. You ought to be able to make this black woman bow down. Okay? That's what they want him to do. But anyway, let me finish out this interview for you guys, and I'll come back to close, okay?
And how to agree to disagree without being upset. And that's the thing. I disagree with my brother. I'm not upset with you. I love you. I disagree with the way Oprah, Lee, and Tyler did it. Cool. But I love them.
I'll give you that. Now, guess what we need to do to move forward and fix this? Come on. These people owe you an apology. You owe those people an apology. Then we can move forward. Listen to me. You are valuable to us all. You are valuable to Tyler Perry. You are valuable to Oprah, to Lee Daniels. We can't do this without talent. See, me and you, we talent. They can't do this without us. You take us out of Hollywood, they have to close some doors around here. It is not the same without us. You are too valuable. don't want to lose your gift to the world. You won't. Because we trying to prove a point when we can prove the point by doing it in a more loving way. That's all I want, man.
I absolutely agree with you. 100%. The only way I know how to do it is loving. Because that's all that's in my heart. Okay. Now, when I say it, you may not like how I say it.
Yes, but see, if it's in your heart,
yes.
Love sound like love.
Yes. Yes.
See, that's what. So,
yes.
So if it don't sound like it when you say it, that's cause it ain't. So this one we're gonna close out like this. I'm gonna.
Before we finish this, let me say, I understand what Monique is going through when it comes to the how you say things. You know, because I love my family. I love all of you. I love my black people because I love everybody. Black people, you know, everybody. You know, some people might think I come across as a little crash and a little harsh, but it's always love. It's tough love, but it's love. But if you don't understand me, you know, you're gonna think it's anger and it's bitterness, but really no, it's love. It's chastisement because that's how I was raised. I show my love by being truthful and honest to you. That's how I show my love and my respect to you. And a lot of people get that confused about me. A lot of people get that confused about Monique. She don't hate nobody. She love you. She love you enough to tell you when you're wrong. Because if I truly say I love you, how can I not correct you when you're wrong? How's that love?
That's right.
And that's one thing that Steve Harvey don't understand. You know. So he's saying, I want you to water everything you said down and apologize to the gatekeepers because these white folks need us to make up with each other. Men got bruised egos because the only thing she need to apologize for is telling Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah to suck her imaginary body part. Okay? That's the only thing that she need to apologize for, and everything will be kosher because nothing else that she said was wrong. And they even said she wasn't wrong. So basically, it ain't what she said. It's how she said it. So say you're sorry. Fake it till you make it. Grit your teeth when you saying it. Because these folks need us to continue to make this money because you're making us all look bad, Monique, basically. Is what they saying. You know, so I'm going to finish this out. This time, for real, finish the interview out. Let him say a little more. Lord Jesus, God bless him. Whatever you got to say, and we're going to come back to close, okay?
Try and arrange. I'm going to do my best to get the conversations that need to be had between you and these people so you can hear from them. I'm going to then ask them what they say it publicly for the benefit of everybody so you can get the release that you need. Then I'm going to ask you to tell these people and apologize for some bashing you done. I know you don't think you did none, but you did. And when everybody can come to that, then I think there's a chance for it to move. I love you, Mo. I'm glad you came to see me. Looking back on it, I should have picked up the phone and called you more readily.
I appreciate it.
I probably should have done that. Just looking on it, that's probably what I should have done.
That's all I wanted.
But I didn't. So now I'm here and moving forward as your big brother. I just want to help you, Mo. I swear to God, I didn't come here to bash you. I love you. I wish you well. And let's heal this thing and move forward so the world can see how great we all are. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Okay, y'all, that's pretty much.
Well, that was the end of the interview. He is full of it. And somebody said a little ways up that after this interview, he lost everything. He lost all of his shows. You know, and they told him if he wanted to keep doing Family Feud, he had to take a pay cut, right? Because he said some other stuff too. But so yeah, I just you know, it's just the whole thing is just awful. And Monique is still blackballed because, like I said, I still haven't heard. I haven't seen anything from her in a long time. But Monique was not wrong about what she said, and it's just so unfortunate. You know what I mean? And then somebody else said, you know, I forgot let me try to go back up. Yeah, she did check him. She did check. I think it was Ronnie Q that said something. Hold on. I want to read what she said. Oh, Lady Tia said they proved to Steve that he is replaceable. They sure did. And Monique was still mad. Yeah, she was still. She came out and she spoke up for Steve Harvey about them firing him and all of that stuff he went through. You see what I'm saying? You're right, Natasha. Got to apologize for being yourself. You know what I mean? And that's true. You know, and Steve has always been a snake. He's very self-serving. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, they're meaning QT1 said they're meaning the love is bow down. Well, we seeing that going on right now with what's his name? Oh Lord, I forgot his name. We see that going on right now with Nick Cannon. They want him to bow down, basically. You know what I mean? Apologize to the world. Anytime a black person have any grievance and they want to speak up, you know, especially in Hollywood, we've seen it over and over again. I apologize. I love everybody. I love this and I love that. I ain't this and I ain't that. Child. Anyway, Steve Harvey did all this shucking and jiving. You know what I mean? He still lost all of his ventures or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah. K Dreamer said, I'm waiting for Oprah to go down. I know that's right. How they gonna come at Oprah? Because one day before she died, you know they're gonna come at Oprah because you know they waited for years and years and years, decades even, to come at Bill Cosby. Wonder what's gonna happen, you know, or even will they ever come at Oprah? Because Oprah played the game good, honey. You know, she done came out against a lot of black men in particular, made them look bad. Yeah, that's right. Nick smoked the truth. I don't see what he said wrong. You know, I said that in the video the other day when I did about Nick Cannon. I don't see what he said wrong. But he's still apologizing. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, yeah. No, they never gave Monique a public apology, and they never will. You know what I mean? They never will give her an apology. But like I said, you're right, Latia. They're in the process of making Nick Cannon bow down. And they wouldn't have to do all this bow down if they would all stand together. But they all too scared to stand together. You know, that reminds me of football. Football wouldn't be football if it was for the black players. And they get treated so bad in the NFL. All they got to do is stand together. It can't be a football. You know, a popular NFL without the black players. But they too scared to stand up for themselves. You know, and it don't make no sense. You know. And so Brittany said that was old day Oracle Live. Make sure you hit the like. Thank you, Brandy. Chad, that was from a year ago, right? I was like, oh girl, she is good. Like, girl, okay. But anyway. Yeah, he's still apologizing and crying, and that's unfortunate, you know. But you know, I guess he was just in the moment. I don't know what he thought was gonna go on, you know. And now he's apologizing and begging to keep his show and all of this and all that, and so yeah, he Lady Tia said, unfortunately, Nick had. Yeah, I saw that long apology that he wrote. Oh, he retracted his statement. And said, how can they fire a boss, child? Yeah, he said that. And, you know, he was saying that, you know, give me Wild and Out. You know, he created Wild and Out. And the protest did make the NFL bow down, but they still, I don't believe that they are still going to treat the players anyway. You know, and it wasn't just you know, it was trending. Black Lives Matter was trending, and all of this and all of that, you know, and so that's why the NFL trying to change up, you know, all this here and all that stuff. But you best believe them players are still ain't gonna be treated no different. They still gonna be treated less than. They still gonna be talking crazy to them because they won't stand up. And like I said, the same way with the entertainment world, there are a lot of movies will never be able to be made. You know, if these black actors would stand up for themselves, you know, but they won't do that. And for that reason, things are never going to change, you know. And so, yeah, that's right. You can't. I don't see nothing that Nick Cannon said wrong. I looked at the whole freaking video, and I still ain't figured out what he said that was anti-Semitic or what he said that was hateful speech. But I didn't hear it, you know. And so yeah, we do live in a corrupt world. Yeah, we all know that. You know what I mean? And so yeah, Mandy said that's the one thing about Farrakhan that I can respect. It's a few things I don't agree with, but he's a I said what I said type of guy. Yes, he is, and I respect it absolutely. You have to stand on your squad.
You have to stand on your square. You're never going to get any respect. They won't stand on their square. You know, they won't do that. That is the reason. And then when one person try to stand up, like Monique, they turn on the one person that's trying to stand up. You know, and so, yeah, so sad that he don't own Wild and Out. No, and then asking for Wild and Out, they ain't gonna give him, you know, that show. They're not gonna pay him his worth for Wild and Out. They're not gonna do that. He don't own it. They ain't got to give him nothing. They done fired him. He don't have no more say. And he know that. You see what I'm saying? So even when he said, you know, give me Wild and Out, they shouldn't have to give you what's already yours. Why don't you work that out in the contract? You know, that's why I said earlier, you got to learn how to play the game within the system to get what you want. You know, and so, yeah, that's just what it is, y'all. But I'm going to get off here. We done went 2 hours and 30 minutes, y'all. But I really want to make this video about my girl Monique, simply to say, and I want to show the examples. Do you see what I'm saying? Alicia said we didn't hear it, but we all know what it is, fighting back at. Yeah, they are. This is retaliation for the whole Black Lives Matter, George Floyd protest, Breonna Taylor, and everything else. They try to shut the black folks up. They're trying to shut the entertainers up first. You even got black people now coming out talking about, you know, this whole you know, movement when it was trending about the George Floyd killing and Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery. You got black people backpedaling it now and said that the movement was a joke. Our protesting that went on was a joke. You got black folks saying that now, you know, on social media. You know, black folks are never going to get anywhere because we are afraid as a collectively to speak up. You stand up and then you bow down. You stand up and then you bow down because you're too programmed. You know, you can't ask nobody for dignity and respect. You have to demand your dignity and respect. Do you see what I'm saying? And yeah, it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate, you know, that they won't stand. They won't stand together. Unity has always been the key. Did you know that if us black people, this is how powerful, this is what a lot of people don't understand, in my opinion, and this is just my theory. Thank you, Lady Tia, I always felt that if black people in America could unify simply under the banner of being black, standing together, standing in solidarity collectively with one another, demanding our respect and everything else that is owed to us in this country, if we could ever be in lockstep with one another, not sabotage one another throughout the diaspora, okay? Black people out throughout the diaspora, all around the world, even in the motherland, even in Africa, I think that they will follow our lead. And that is simply because we are set apart. We are a nation within a nation. We built a nation within a nation, and the nation that we built doesn't even respect us. You know, and we have never really demanded our respect. And the number one thing that is the problem, the number one problem, in my opinion, is the fact that we are too divided. We are afraid to unite with one another. And for that reason, we will always be treated this way. Always waiting for a handout. Always waiting for somebody to give you something instead of demanding it. Do you see what I'm saying? Thank you, Tanya. And Brandy said, that's right. Stick together. That's right. Demand. You got to demand your respect. You ain't nobody going to give you nothing. You got to demand it. Do you see what I'm saying? And so I learned that long time ago when I was young. You know, a Lady Tia said, we want justice for Breonna Taylor. Say her name, no justice, no peace. I know that's right, Lady Tia. You see what I'm saying? But you have to demand it. Like A-Class said, a house divided cannot stand. You're absolutely right. If we could ever unite, black people throughout the diaspora would unite. But we are set aside for a reason. Do you see what I'm saying? And so I just really hate that we are not unified as a people under the banner of being black. We are not a monolithic people. And thank you, Snazzy Girl. And of course, we're not going to, you know, always agree on everything. You're not supposed to, because we got our own opinions. But the one thing that we don't do is unite under the banner of being black. And that is the problem. We don't unite under that banner. You take Africa, like I said, it's over 50 countries on the continent of Africa. And they don't run their own continent. Do you see what I'm saying? Because they are not united. But it is going to take us to lead the way. Like America leads the world in so many things. It is going to have to take black people to become united and become lockstep with one another and demand their respect. And like I said, everything else that is owed to us. Until we do that, we're never going to get anywhere. Not only in America, but throughout the diaspora. We are set apart for a reason. Do you see what I'm saying? We are set apart for a reason. And I truly believe that with all my heart. Like I said, if we could unite, I think that Africa would unite under that banner. Under the simple banner of being melanated. You ain't got to say black. You ain't got to say African. You can say under the banner of being melanated. Because every other race and creed and ethnicity of people, they are in lockstep. Do you see what I'm saying? When times get hard, they unite. Even if they got opposition to one another, they still stick together at the end of the day. Every other race, creed, like I said, the ethnicity of people do that. It is only black people that don't do that. That is why we're nowhere, really, we've not even made any great strides, as a community in this country, because we are not united. And it's like every time we stand up, we immediately fall back down again and start kissing the tip of white supremacy racism. You know what I mean? And that is programmed trauma, programmed dysfunction, a generational curse. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just want to mention that in closing. And I also want to mention that I love Monique. I am a Monique fan for life. And they owe Monique an apology. Okay? And ain't nobody saying that. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody saying that we are sorry, Monique. We know that you were speaking right when we would turn you down and want you to be silent. We know that you were right, but we were afraid then, but we are trying to speak up now. And Monique, sister, we owe you an apology. Because you was right about everything. I wish that they would do that for her. Like, for real. It don't make no sense. And so, yeah, Brady said true. And I get mad when you tell some the deal and don't see it until it happens to them. Makes it hard to relay. I feel you, Brandy girl. When George Floyd cried for his mom, I felt him calling me. Me too, Lady Tia. They were right to protest for George Floyd. Everybody was right to protest for him. Because you saw a black man murdered in front of your eyes. And they still try to tell you didn't see what the freak you saw. Okay. And on another note, I'm going to have to catch up on the news because those accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery, they were in court today. I just don't know what went down yet. But I see that going under my screen while I was online. But anyway, guys, I want y'all to have a Brandy said, cause like they teach there, we should. Yeah, that's right, Brandy. Like they teach us, the way they teach theirs, we need to teach ours. You're absolutely right. Y'all hear my baby? She be listening to her auntie sometime, y'all. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me and stand for this whole live stream. Thank you so much. Do you see what I'm saying? I appreciate it. A-Class said, get up, stand up for your rights. Bob Marley. That's right, A-Class. And on that note, I'm going to say, once again, have a nice weekend. I love you guys simply because you are you. Please hit the like button if you haven't hit it on the way out the door. Thanks for the super chat, Lady Tia. And thanks for helping me muller through and find the videos, child. But I really wanted to give you guys some receipts as to, as it pertains to, what was going on, with the black folks in Hollywood and, how they trying to do what Monique was trying to do. You know what I mean? Ronnie Q said, you saw the whimsy in the face of the murders of George Floyd.
Yeah, they was happy about it as they killed him. I agree. Thank you, A-Class, making it happen, Manny. Thank you, Manny. Says, love you, Auntie. Nice kicking it up with you, Porch Watchers. Thank y'all. Thank you, Manny. Thank all of you guys. And we do have Porch Watchers in the crowd. You know, I got a couple of Porch Watchers, and that's what we do. We watch and we comment. Okay, that's what we do. Thank you, A-Class, again. So anyway, happy Friday to you too, lady. Happy Friday to everyone. Y'all be safe out there. Watch your back, watch your front, watch your side. Love your people, love yourself. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Peace.